Welcome back to ESChamp. Today we dive into the lower half of our round of 16, where 4 more bots will fight it out to remain in the upper bracket, while those defeated will move on down and fight for their tournament lives. So make sure to check out our forum to stay up to date with everything here at ESChamp, and if you like our bots, make sure you give them a little thumbs up below there to give them the attention they deserve. And if you're new, make sure you check out some of our tutorial videos on our website, ESChamp.com, so you can get a bot and get into this tournament over at AIarena.net. That is where a lot of the action is really taking place. But let's go ahead and dive into things, and we'll get Endersword in here in just a minute. So thank you, as always, to our Crown Club and everyone else for tuning in. Let's go ahead and start things. Hey, there's Endersword.
What up?
What up? Are you ready for day 2 of ProBots?
Yes.
Yes. He's always ready. When are you not ready for
I
this?
don't know, man.
Awesome?
It's never happened.
It's never happened? Well,
Yeah,
there was one time, I think, that you were getting a glass of water or something
Oh,
when
that's
we were
probably
coming
true.
back from break, but that was it. That was the
That's
only
probably
time.
true. Yeah.
We'll blame Dread for that.
I was ready, but just slightly to the right
Yeah, you were
of
close.
where I
You were
wanted
close.
to be. Yeah.
Well, you're ready today. We are all ready, I think, to see these bots fight it out. Again, we're going into our second half of our round of 16, and we have 8 incredible bots, 4 matchups for you tonight. And we're doing fun post-bot segments as well tomorrow night. So make sure if you are in the Crown Club, you come and watch live. We're going to be doing a fun little ranking segment where we take a look at maybe all the bots throughout history, throughout all time.
All time.
Endersword, and we rank them and tell the people how awesome they are. So here's our matchups for tonight, though. These bots are just top of the line. This is going to be some explosive matches here, starting with Eris versus Jensiiibot. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's going to be an interesting one. I want to, like, my tendency, obviously, is to say Eris. I mean, I predicted Eris to win the whole thing. But
As did a lot of people.
yeah, as did many,
Like
many
half
folk.
of the brackets, yeah.
But I think Jensi's always had one of those, like, there's a promising spark of coordination in it and like micro control that I don't think any of the other bots quite have. That if it gets aligned with general strategy, I think it could be explosive. But we haven't seen it. I don't know how much has been developed over the past couple seasons. It kind of hit its peak like 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, there was I think it was like a couple years ago. Got 3rd place or something, 4th place maybe. Yeah, I got 4th place in 2020, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Oh no, a couple 4th places, I think. Yeah, so Jensiibot's always been right there at the cusp, in like the top 4, really putting up a good fight against some of these top bots we saw last season. I think it was Jensiiibot versus, wasn't it Zoe? Was one of our Zerg players. It might have been Eris, actually. So this might be a bit of a rematch, actually.
Yeah, and I think we
need to go look
still
at
have
that.
kind of a lot of people think of the Micro Machine Jensiibot match as like one of the best that we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think there's room there to break out, but I don't know where it's at this year, and we'll see what.
Yeah, I don't know if Jensiibot's gotten a lot of updates. There are a few bots, like Micro Machine only gets the sparse update from time to time now.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll take a look at that. And yeah, we've got those other matchups coming. They're gone. I forgot what they are. SharpenedEdge versus Spudde. That one is going to be cool. SharpenedEdge back and doing so good recently. He was previously the Harvester, I believe it was his last appearance, this author's last bot appearance. But now we've got SharpenedEdge going up against Spudde. Oh no, I'm sorry, Zoe versus zUnkP. Well, then my list is incorrect that I was provided.
Yeah.
Oh, I am right. Yeah,
Okay.
see, I am right.
Yeah,
People
that's
telling me
right.
I'm wrong.
That's it. So I've got to think that a knife versus a potato, it can only go one way.
I didn't even see. I didn't even think of that.
It's gonna end up with like fries, but like those homemade fries that are cut like thicker.
Now, do you ever make sweet potato fries?
I've never made sweet potato fries, but I've had sweet potato fries. But I've never like cut my own.
Those
I
are
don't
the
even
best
know what
fries
an
to make at
actual
home, I
sweet
think.
potato looks like.
It's just a potato, but like oranger and softer.
Sweeter, yeah.
Yeah, and a little sweeter.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, no, it's definitely sweeter. But yeah, that's going to be an awesome matchup. Then we'll have our break, and then after the break, we'll have Zoe versus zUnkP, one of our new bots in the tournament, doing, I think, pretty well. He got, what place was he on the AI arena ladder? I think he was actually 14th or something. So
something like that.
I can't remember exactly. I'm bad with numbers. Never do numbers on stream. We all know better.
Exactly.
And then DominionDog versus Tier. I think a lot of people are excited for this one. I personally am very excited.
Yeah.
Tier, one of our heavy hitters. It's been around such a long time.
Tier's probably the most like, I want to say like adaptive bot that we've seen in terms of like Tier from season to season or even week to week. It's just totally different build orders all the time. That
you never know what to expect.
He's just run from like worker rushing to cannon rushing to Tempest proxies to even to the point that we've had people like in 1 week, you mentioned doing a Tempest proxy, and over the weekend he just coded a Tempest proxy and then played it the following week.
Adepts as well. He's given me adepts on request. There definitely has a lot of potential. Did we want to look at our bot stats? Did we have any of that?
Sure.
Real quick, let's do that and take a look, and then we'll hop into our first match. Thank you again so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're about to start our first best of 3. Here's Eris.
Yeah.
Currently, I believe, #1 on the ladder, on the ARena.net ladder. They just started a new season. So again, go check them out. Yeah, #1 currently with 2179 ELO, but has hit a peak of 2271.
Yeah.
Is that the highest any bot has ever gotten?
I
think that's the
might
peak,
well
right?
be. I think there's a little. I wonder if there's a bit of elo inflation that's happened over time, because before I think like Micro Machine was the only bot like above 2,000, and I think maybe as you get more added to the ladder, there's potentially you drift up a little bit. But yeah, we've got
like
a
the
few
economy
now.
growing essentially.
A little bit. There's a theory in elo inflation that you can people join in the middle, and then if they lose, you take some of their points. But then if they just quit, then every new person that comes in and gets creamed kind of feeds the people above. It's the same on the StarCraft ladder.
Yeah.
That there is just gradual inflation.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Eris's opponent will be Jensiiibot. Created by Jensi. Again, a couple 4th place finishes in ProBots, so it's definitely gone toe-to-toe with some of the best. Micro Machine has gone up against Ketrock, has gone up against multiple Zergs like Zoe. I think Zoe. It was either Zoe or Eris last year. Maybe both. I got to go look at the brackets from last season. Anyway, it is going to be an awesome matchup. Thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in and checking out ESChamp. Make sure you check out our forum as well so you can stay up to date with everything going on here. We've got our website up to date with all our content as well. So it's all fancy and new, so go check it out. And I think we're ready. Are we ready to dive? Are you ready for our first best of 3 days?
I'm ready to dive.
Just going to dive right in. Have you ever dived right into a deep end there?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I've done that thing. You ever go up to like one of those really high boards?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the real deep, like 20 feet deep pool.
I've done that into a pool, and that's been fine. I did it off a bridge once and was hospitalized.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you're gonna have to tell us a little more about that. We can't.
That's when I was like 17.
Yeah, holy cow. I want to hear more about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into our first best of 3. Thank you all for being here. Let's go. Well, you're alive, so.
Yeah.
Team Eris's.
Well, I'll go join.
Jensii's.
Jensiiibot.
All right, I don't know what map we're on because my screen is so fuzzy, but we are here, and I'm sure it will correct itself momentarily now that I've said that. Is yours not fuzzy? Is yours not fuzzy?
It's a little fuzzy for me, but legible. It's hardwire that we are on.
Oh, yeah, I can't. Mine just is absolute garbage. But that's all right.
Mine just got a little better. It's usually as it sets, it'll hopefully improve.
So more pressing, and so we'll have a little bit of time, everybody. Jensiiibot and Eris do a little bit more of a macro style. Eris can definitely start putting on some early pressure, but I think we're gonna have a bit of a slower start here. So tell us, Endersword, how you survived jumping off of a bridge.
So yeah, it was back when I was in high school, and I have a friend of mine is really good at that sort of thing. He ended
good at
up
jumping off of bridges.
Good at just jumping off of everything.
Oh, so this is if your friend jumped off a bridge, you
it's
would
literally
story.
that.
It's literally that story.
It's if your friend jumps off a bridge and a girl that you like is there that watched your friend do it, and you don't want to be a chicken in front of her, then you do it too. It's one of those. So he's really, really good at that stuff. He eventually got trained and certified as a base jumper, and there's only a few hundred of those in
That's
the world.
a dangerous profession.
Yeah. But he was really good at that
crazy
stuff. So I'm not as good, but I'm like okay at whatever. But yeah, he did it first, jumped off and like kind of tucked his. It was obviously into water. It wasn't just jumping off a bridge. But it was probably, I don't know, way taller than it should have been, like 40, 50 feet.
Well, after a certain amount of feet, you're hitting
it's just concrete. So he tucked his arms in, went feet first, did everything properly. I kind of did the same thing, but as I was going down, I ended up with one arm that wasn't like flush against my body, and I kind of put my hand out a little bit, and as I went into the water, the palm of my hand just stayed on the surface.
Oh.
So I went in, my hand stayed on the surface. It completely like ripped my entire like shoulder and chest.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was like bruised and black.
Yeah.
And I could barely like kind of one hand swim to the side, and then I had to go to the hospital and get it.
There. Ow! Well, geez, I'm glad you didn't get too much because that can absolutely break your neck. That could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Well, we're about to see some neck breaking, I think, here. Ooh, that was quite the story there. I've never jumped off a bridge myself, so
it is fun.
That sounds intense.
I just recommend a height limit. Yeah.
Or a bungee. Do a little bungee jumping.
Oh,
is the Reaper gonna get in? Oh, Reaper gets in. Gets away from the queen. There's 4 queens on patrol as well, so nicely done. Is going to be able to hop out using that excellent little Reaper cliff, too. So, all right, Jensi, let's talk a little more about Jensiiibot here. So, like you said, Jensi has really good micro control, has some of the better, in my opinion, some of the better unit composition stuff. And I actually wanted to talk a little bit about that tonight, just unit compositions and how these bots are starting to use them more effectively. Jensiiibot was kind of one of the first ones to do that, right?
He's one of the first that we've seen really use coordinated timing. So other units
multi-prongs
like multi-prong attacks and actually like sieging up multiple units at the same time while stimming in and having things converge at a certain point. It feels like other bots are just kind of going, and their units often act independently, and a tank will siege and unsiege like for no reason over and over. Like there's a lot of that sort of thing. But with Jensi, you would see like a tank siege up, liberators come in from the side, the army stem forward, widow mines come with it, like real coordination to actually launch an attack as opposed to just stumbling forward.
Yeah, well, that's I think what we're definitely going to need to see against Eris is some kind of coordination. Now, I think the way this map is laid out favors Jensiiibot a little bit, because if it's the match I'm thinking of from last season, it was whatever Zerg Jensi was facing, where he was pushing right up the middle pretty much, but Zerglings kept able, so it must have been Eris, were able to sneak by and do counterattacks, and that really screwed him up. This seems a little bit harder of a map to do a side counter run by, right?
Yeah, you've got a really big open center there, and particularly if you get over half, it's going to be hard to go around. You can clear up the rocks that we're seeing here now to give extra routes, but if that's not done yet, then it's hard to kind of sneak around the side.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is a big map. I haven't really looked at some of these new maps now. We are using, yeah, a lot of. This is the whole new map pool, right? Pretty much, except for one. We left one map out.
Yeah, there's one that was a bit buggy for some reason, but yeah, it's the new map pool. Some are obviously holdovers from the last season, but I think a lot are new.
New for us, yeah. It's our newest, most current map pool. Obviously, with the update coming out too, Blizzard just released that update. We'll have some updates hopefully worked into this. Hellions doing a really good job. They're taking a few hits, but they're really keeping these queens busy. I think they've killed a few creep tumors as well, right? And that's good. You gotta deny that creep.
Yeah, especially against bots, they're they're perfect at spreading it. So if you don't control it, it's going to be your front door. About, I think we've seen about 8 minutes in the game.
Yeah, like, pretty quick.
Creep basically at the natural. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. That's how Zerg is meant to be played, just non-stop pushing of the creep and crazy to see the bots. Now this production tab has been so full for Eris for so long here. There's so many I feel like I've missed a lot of things going down, but there are a lot of upgrades. We got 1-1 for range units about to finish up. We've got the Roach upgrades as well, both Glio Reconstitution and the Burrowing Claws, whatever that's called. Is that Pneumatized Carapace, the Overlord one? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting just a little bit of everything. You know, that's one thing we haven't seen a lot of bots do is Overlord drops. Obviously, we're getting finally some really good Zergs coming through.
There was someone who did it with Lings a little bit. Forget who
that was. Oh yeah, no, exactly what you're talking about. It was our Nidus bot, wasn't it? Too Paul? Was it Paul?
Yeah, it might have been Paul.
It might have been Paul.
Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, sometimes it was like obscenely effective.
I love Jensiibots. This is my current mood based on how fights are going, and yeah, fights are going pretty okay for Jensiibot. The army supply very even. Upgrades a little bit slow for our Terran, but Jensiibot's always been a slow and steady pusher.
Yeah, and I kind of think that Eris does a really good job of taking advantage of that. So a lot
Eris
of that,
is taking over the whole map. Yeah,
like, and the huge production hang is we've seen Eris a number of times just be like, well, if you're not a threat, then here's my hive and Greater Spire and just tech. Like we've seen them basically make no units and tech her way all up to Broodlords in like 10 minutes.
Ooh, so here comes double drop. Yeah. This is that kind of multi-pronged group decision making in action, and seeing that there was nothing really there, or that there was the threat that the queens were pretty close by pushing that the Marines do unload, and they're gonna swing around actually, and should be able to deny this base. We'll see if Eris cancel. I guess we're about to find out. Some bots do, some bots don't. So
kind of slow to move towards this position.
Oh. Okay, okay, there is a cancel. Nice. So Eris does save the money, but Jensiibot with a really nice deny is going to even do a hot pickup and get out. Nicely done. This is that really nice coordination we're seeing here. And Jensi is looking hot, man. I'm liking this. I think he's got a chance. What do you think?
I mean, it's been really good control, and I like Jensi's movement on the map, but none of it is a fighting standing army yet. It's all harassment. And I think Eris has now hit like tier 3 tech.
Yeah, these tanks are going to have to put in some overtime if they want to hold that. The Marines are going to get some work done on another base here. So Jensi with the multitasking, and yeah, like you said, just a little bit too staggered, too many harass things. That double drop could have been here to help defend. There it is, coming in now, and it will pull maybe some units to hopefully buy some time here. But Fungals are actually going down on the mineral line. That's when you know you're in trouble as Terran here. Oh, yeah. He's going to have to pick up and get out of there. He does.
Oh, nice fungal on that group of Marines, too, stopping pretty cold.
Infestors are hurting.
So the reinforcements kind of die off there. He could bring home that other couple of medevacs, but I think they're almost better off on that side, trying to counterattack. But they're not really getting a lot done.
Yeah, and so they could commit there, and I think they could win the fight. It's like a spine crawler and maybe a couple of queens, but there's really not a lot of units. All of Eris's attacking units are here and rallying to the front, and they are crushing through. There's one more tank, but actually it might not go down. Oh, there's a roach burrowed behind that Druid's Fire. These burrowed roaches causing havoc now. Look at this micro. Oh my gosh, even getting parasitic bombs. Oh, the poor medevac goes down. Full of Marines. Devastating losses here, yeah, and I think Jensiibot's just about dead. 199 supply to 40.
Yeah, just way too much. I think he was very, like, we saw good movement, good control and stuff with the harassment, but like overall, what was really accomplished with it, nothing of any particular value. One pick off of like a building base, but that was already his 6th base, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, it's good in theory to deny, but yeah, like it just didn't matter. There was
and I think you got to know, like, if someone's like harassing with like 8 Hellions and kind of a drop with all Marines and stuff like that, none of that's going to win the game. So Eris is just in a position where it can outproduce any damage that's going to do, and so it just goes up to 90 drones and tack. And then when he's finally pushing, it's with like 7 different types of units, and there's no real defense there. And it's hard. You just can't let a Zerg get that much control. You're never gonna turn back the tide. And of course, by the end there, we're seeing what we talked about. Creep is all the way to the natural.
Oh,
like
whole
literally
map was
every
almost
corner
covered,
of the map. It's completely covered.
Everything that wasn't Terran area was
yeah
Creep pretty much. So. And that's why Eris is one of the strongest. Again, number 1 currently on the AI Arena ladder. So
yeah, she is the god of Discord.
A hard one to beat. Yeah, the goddess of Discord. Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna get game 2 loaded up, and we'll see if Jensiibot can hold here. Jensi getting a few votes in the crowd chat there. Yeah, get your votes in if you haven't. I think they might have closed it already. Well, who would you rate the number 1 bot of all time? Since we're going to be doing that tomorrow night in Post-Bots, we'll give everyone a little sneak peek. Who do you think's the number 1 bot of all time?
Who I think is the number 1 bot? Does this ruin our show tomorrow?
No, well, okay, fine. We won't. Maybe we won't say it. Maybe I'm just getting everybody excited.
All right, it's probably some sort of small machine, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of our bots that micros really well would probably be the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, check it out tomorrow. Post-Bots, we'll be doing a little analysis of tonight's games, and we'll have hopefully one of our bot authors or somebody of the like joining us. Last week we had Cryptius, the one of the heads over at AIarena.net, and was able to give us a lot of cool info on kind of how things are working over there and what's going on. So check it out. All right, game number 2 almost ready. What else do we got? Minute and a half. Yes, that is how long there is. I just renewed my Crown Club membership, and I think we are finally at 31 now, actually. Didn't we get one extra? 31 Crown Club members. So thank you, everybody, for checking that out. We're glad you enjoy the content.
Prime number.
31 is a prime number.
Yep.
Wow. Learning all sorts of stuff here.
It's very important to bots to keep it prime.
Yes. Like Optimus Prime?
Yeah.
Is that why his name is Prime?
It's probably. I think maybe.
I don't know anything about Transformers, actually. I'm just...
Yeah, I don't know either. I
liked the first Transformers movie. That was with the Shia LaBeouf.
I don't know that I ever saw them.
Oh, you never saw it? You should check out the first one. The first one was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
No, we can't start early. The timer is
the
law.
Timer is sacred.
The timer is sacred. You can't go against the timer. So we're going to start in 30 seconds.
Yes.
And that will give you all plenty of time to hit that little thumbs up if you haven't already, right below the stream. I know Endersword has. That's his favorite thing to do. It does give us some visibility here and gets hopefully some new audience members, some new bot makers in the long term. So yeah, check all that out. Oh, I didn't even hit the thumbs up. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I'm such a hypocrite. All right, game number 2. Let's see if Jensiibot can turn things around or if Eris will crush and move on in the upper bracket. Let's go. Team Eris's.
Eris.
So yeah, actually speak. Oh,
Jensii's.
Jensiibot.
We're never done.
Sorry, I was watching the wrong thing. Anyway, we were talking about micro, and I saw somebody was talking in the AI Arena Discord about making like a bot micro tournament.
Mhm.
And I think we should talk more about this.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty fun.
That would be so cool. You know, those
Yeah.
micro arenas and the micro tournaments on the arcade? But
Yeah,
with
I
bots.
always love those. Yeah.
And how cool would that be if we could even get them working like we do the bots with humans? The human first bot, you could use it as like a micro trainer essentially.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. So if anybody here listening is interested in that, you should definitely go get some more conversation on that started in the AI arena Discord. I think it's
love
great.
those. It's the player Morrow, who used to be like a Zerg and Terran, made a lot of those in the arcade, like way back when, like the Baneling trainer, the Blink trainer, like a bunch of that.
Oh,
stuff.
I used that Blink trainer for so long.
Blink
Oh,
trainer
yeah.
was
I am a
awesome.
Blink master because of that thing.
Yeah, the whole
Oh,
reason
HD.
I'm Protoss is just Blink.
Just
I remember
one of
like
the
I
best
started off playing like random, and then watching like early games, the train Blink, where you like queue up your stalkers that when they hit a certain point, one by
and then
one they
shift
blink.
click. Yeah, shift
Yeah,
blink.
they blink
yeah.
onto like a ledge or something and keep walking. I thought was the coolest thing that I've ever seen. So I'm doing that.
It's pretty badass. Feels good. So how about then Blink Templar, Blink Dark Templar? Are you okay with them or not as cool?
I like them. But I always find by the time you get Blink, it's too late for Dark Templar. You gotta just use them right away. Although Fear Dragon makes use of them like pretty well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some things to say on the changes to the Dark Templar.
That's it.
'Cause now I don't think it's that big of a change, but
It's a little, it's the fact that it's instant, that you can, like before you could blink around something like a spore crawler and it's insta-killed, versus now there's at least a gap to lock onto you. But it's not huge, but it is a tiny bit.
and it gives a chance for command centers to lift off or something.
Or just to like transfuse something or like
Transfuse,
yeah.
yeah. So
like
yeah, it
stuff
definitely
like
changes
that.
things.
Yeah. But it's
Obviously.
not, I don't think it's make or break, but yeah, it's I can see why they do it. They often
First
like
blood.
adding things that like allow counterplay. Like there should be nothing that you could do that has no defense. And so the fact that you can blink on something and insta kill it has no defense. So they try and take that sort of thing out. And so
Oh,
I
wouldn't the
agree.
defense be having detection before your base or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of. But you can do, like, you could go in with a warp prism, blink forward, snipe a spore, and pick up in the warp prism essentially instantly.
Ooh, get away! Oh, this Reaper, he's so low. He's gotten, I think, 1 kill, maybe 2. Oh, he gets out. Okay, sorry.
Nice,
I was
nice,
very
nice.
invested in his life here.
That was a good one.
Jensi is my bracket prediction, so I need him to at least bring us to an ace match here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, well, he's gonna get an Overlord here. So what can Jensi do to stop Eris? But just put on some earlier pressure. Just
So I think, but I think it has to be pressure, not harassment. So I think it can't be all the Hellion Reaper stuff.
Yeah.
I think it has to be a move out,
like an
with-
actual push.
with an army or something.
Well, and I think
Either that
Jensi
or
does
sit
some.
back. Yeah,
Jensi does some 2-base pushes, right?
yeah, we've definitely seen that before. That it does kind of like a two tank 2-base push. I think in this matchup it has to be 2-base, maximum 3-base. You're not going to want to play a late game against Eris.
Yeah.
So it kind of has to be a move in like that. But yeah, I just kind of feel like the Hellion harass, even though it's what you do again in a human game, it's not what you need to do in this. Because like little bits of chip damage, even if he picks off a queen or two, it's just not enough for what he needs.
Yeah. Got to make something decisive happen. I agree. Ooh,
will.
almost got a queen there. That would have been kind of nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, couple queens. And it seems like Jensi is having a little trouble committing to a couple spots where he really could, like, obviously maybe lose a Hellion or two, but like he could have probably killed both those queens if he had kept that in there.
Exactly.
And like we
it's
saw
where a
last game with the
person would know.
drops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Person
a person would know to do
know
it.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's one of the harder things for the bots to learn too. We've talked about this for like years now, that they don't know when to dive for something and just take out a key strategic thing. Because if he takes out those 2 queens, then he's gained something. But as it is, that entire harass and really the entire value of those Hellions was 0.
Yeah.
Like, they're just a waste of minerals because those Hellions are not particularly going to be useful in an army in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, once those Hydras start
If
popping
they're-
out. They're really good against the Lings, but
Yeah,
not the
that's okay.
Hydras.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stuff,
Do
stuff
nice
of that
base.
base is all right.
All
but
right.
yeah.
I'll take it.
Oddly, I think Eris is not being as quick to grab these bases as he was in the previous game.
Yeah, only on 3 base. I think there was at least 5 by this
Yeah,
point
by this
almost.
point.
Or at least like the 4th was building and 5th was going to be close on the way. I can't remember exactly what time yet. But here we go. Jensi on 3 bases against 3 bases might give him a little bit better of a chance. There's a 4th base. Now, I wonder, that's the position because the drone got denied, I'm assuming, at this other one. And
Yeah,
then
like-
that drone had its own mission and went over. So that's kind of cool that Eris will just kind of keep going with its other plans and doesn't get bogged down. Oh, you denied this base. I have to take this base before continuing on. It's like, no, okay, fine. I'll just take this base over here.
Yeah, we
That's
are
good.
getting a slightly different comp set up by Jensi here, getting the Liberators out. I think
Ooh,
they've got to
Liberators.
be a key to kind of controlling Zerg.
I've seen
But
Jensi do some work with Liberators
Yeah,
before.
definitely. He's good at coordinating, kind of positioning them. But there has to be like tanks and a good amount of bio backing it up. And I don't know, like he's, again, without anything happening, he's half the army supply of Eris.
It looked like he got a couple of transferring drones. I wonder if that drone was meant for that 4th base once
Yeah,
again.
maybe.
That's I mean, hey, if he's denying that 4th base, then those Hellions are finally getting some value. Not a ton, but it's something. It's something. Production tab finally isn't, last game it really felt like Eris
Yeah.
just had double the production on everything, upgrades and whatnot. But Jensiiibot really kicking it into gear, has 1-1 getting close to finish. Eris is 1-1. He's done as this attack will commence. Let's see if Jensi can hold. I'm rooting for you, Jensi. He's got the high ground under sword.
Yeah, does indeed. He's much better position, and there's a much smaller army here.
Oh,
and
the
they're
base!
not being efficient.
Oh, it's dead.
The base falls, but it is at the cost of a fair bit of this army.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
see
but
if he
but look at the
continues.
army supply still.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
Eris
so-
has the army to spend on this.
Yeah.
But
He's pretty-
Jensiiibot doing a really good job of the high ground. The Roach is actually derping a little bit. They're doing their burrow and heal, which keeps them alive, actually. A lot of them alive. But they were having a lot of trouble with that ramp there. They don't have any high ground other than when the Roaches get up. But here we go. A big commitment actually is going to dive on. He's going to get 1, 2, 3 tanks. All the tanks are dead. Oh, no.
I like the
Oh, no.
Hellions that I mentioned as will be useless in the impending fight, which, by the way,
Called
was just about like they literally were not even participating.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
just standing over there and
they're
not
warming the
helping.
Roaches on a cold day. It's
Yeah.
oh, brutal stuff. One tank is on the ramp, but it is exposed and it's dead. It's gone.
Yeah.
Marauder in the mix, and that's going to help a little bit. The burrow is just so strong right now. You can see Jensiiibot scanning and trying to do something about it, but just can't. And I think this might be it. Roaches have pushed in the natural, not lifting either. Looks like it will go down. And a valiant last stand here on the high ground. This is going to get a lot of Roaches. Take a lot of Zerg units with him, but I think Eris is just too strong.
Yeah, it's just too much. It started off like again, Eris was even just inefficient there at the 3rd base, and it kind of didn't matter. He had dozens of extra supply that he could just kind of give away, and it's all this just cheap supply.
Oh,
But
yeah,
as,
these are roaches.
things were
Yeah.
dying, he was remaking 20 roaches at a time, and it just doesn't really matter.
Now, it does seem that Eris went a lot heavier into Roaches this time. Obviously, there's
Yeah.
Hydras behind this, but I wonder if there was a choice or if that's just kind of how it worked out because not as many died or something in the
You
initial
can
engagement.
Yeah, I wonder if we maybe hit the same thing we did last week, which is that you've got a player harassing, the harassment forces the other side to make units, and then you get beaten to death by those units.
Yeah.
So, like, we kind of saw that before with the adepts that
Yeah,
were made
the mass
defensively
adepts, yeah.
against Lings, and then they come across. Here he makes a bunch of Roaches to deal with the Hellions, which makes sense. And as soon as he's got a bunch, he's like, well, I'll use these. And
Yep.
goes across. Because, yeah, you're right. He didn't power tech. You could see in the production tab.
Yeah, there was
He
not as many
didn't-
upgrades. No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Festers, none of that.
Yeah. So just bam, simple army went, killed, no problem.
Bam. Yeah, Roach Burrow, when controlled by a bot, is incredibly strong.
Yeah.
They can burrow at just the right time and move back and all individually. And I think that's what makes Zerg one of the scariest things to face, if you're especially in the humans versus bots. But each unit moving individually, controlling a giant army such as that is just so scary to go up against.
Yeah, it's such a anti-AI thing too, because of course once you burrow the roach, it's like, one, it's invisible, but two, it's like a non-combatant now.
Yeah,
and
so it heals so quickly while it's not fighting.
Exactly. So you've got this deeply red roach, and then someone may target fire down, but the bots probably won't.
Yeah.
And then because you're relying a lot on tank and splash damage, particularly against roaches, it just gets spread around so much, and you burrow them as you want. So it's just not killing anything. It's doing a lot of damage, but it's not actually killing units.
Yeah. Yeah, no, had Liberators come out, maybe that would have been different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It would have been hard either way. All right, well, let's talk about our next best of three. We have got Spudde, our Terran, going up against SharpenedEdge, our Protoss. This should be a good match. I believe we have some stats for him popping up here momentarily. But SharpenedEdge has been in this tournament through a couple names. The Harvester was his other iteration. I believe they took some of the same principles or same something and kind of worked off each other. But both very strong bots. And SharpenedEdge has gotten got first place in 2019. So a previous ProBots champion. Ain't nothing to mess with.
Exactly.
Always
been strong. Right there's a lot of good tactical control by SharpenedEdge. It's one of the few bots that can use all units, pretty much. Can use disruptors, High Templar, things like that a lot of bots don't bother to program in.
Yeah. Now this is both these bots' 5th appearance in ProBots, actually.
Nice.
Kind of cool. I don't know if they've ever faced each other before necessarily, but it's possible. I don't think they have. I don't know.
I don't recall offhand, but
not off my head.
But Spudde has shown some interesting stuff, so I'm curious what we'll see here. It's one of the few that you could see the below 50% win rate, but still a relatively high elo. And I kind of always figure when it's a very all or nothing or inconsistent bot that's gonna have strategies that just work against some and just fail against others, but not in a consistent way. So it can beat good players and lose to bad ones. Just depends.
Spudde reminds me a little bit of a Jensiiibot, actually.
Yeah.
Does some biotank attacks, a lot of biotank stuff, and can even do I believe some multi-prong harass. I think we've seen Spudde do a couple multi-prong attacks, maybe some drops. But yeah, we'll see. This should be a good matchup. Curious to see who will move on. We're going to get a new poll any moment now, I'm sure, as soon as Drek realizes that we need a new poll to vote who we want to win. And make sure you check out, I believe anybody can view our fantasy brackets. A bunch of people filled them out. So thanks, everybody who did that. We kind of take a look at them throughout the season at PostBots and kind of see how everybody's keeping up and how the predictions are going. So far, only one player has technically guessed correctly with all the wrong answers, but we'll talk more about that as we hop into the game here. Here is our next best of 3 here on ProBots Day 2, Spudde vs. SharpenedEdge. Let's go.
Infies.
SharpenedEdge.
Spuds.
Spudde.
You ever watch those old Charlie Brown cartoons? You ever into those?
Yes, definitely.
The Peanuts cartoons.
The old Halloween and Christmas
Yeah,
specials.
Halloween, the Great Pumpkin, and then the Christmas one. Yeah, I like the Great Pumpkin was my favorite one.
The Great Pumpkin was excellent.
That was a good one.
Just the very sincere Linus speech about the Great Pumpkin. Just,
I dug it.
yeah.
I gotta go watch those. Yeah, I actually don't
They're
remember
good.
those super well. It's been a long time since I've seen those. Oh, what are you doing, Probe? What are you doing? Get up there. Get up the ramp and
He's-
scout.
Don't you see he's doing the Peanuts dance?
Oh, you're right. The little shuffle. The little...
Yeah, it's from the Christmas special where there's only like 2 or 3 frames and they just turn around.
And just back and forth, back and forth.
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
here we
dun,
go.
dun,
Is this
dun,
a
dun.
can? Yeah, this is the cannon
Yeah.
rush to end all cannon rushes. Now, I just watched. There's a post-bots fail of somebody
Yes.
cannon rushing. Was it SharpenedEdge? Somebody just posted that. I forget already. I'm gonna have to go
I
find
forget,
that.
Maybe. There's certainly been more cannon rush fails than there have been successes.
Yeah, it seems
over
to be
the
something. Now, why is it just because of the ramp, the placement? Obviously, when SCVs are getting pulled to deal with it, it's a little tricky to pull off. What makes it
It's-
so hard?
The defensive instructions are easy and the offensive ones are hard.
Yeah, that makes
So,
sense. Because
like-
on offense, you've got stuff
Yeah.
in your way. You got
Like
people
how,
trying to
yeah,
block
exactly.
you.
How hard is it to tell 5 SCVs to attack a cannon? That's not hard. But it's finding the right positions and the right angles. And people have always said how hard the terrain part of this is. And not understanding the terrain when you're trying to cannon rush is, you're useless.
Well, these bots are getting a lot better with their building placement. I know the authors have been putting a lot of work into making like proper grids and spacing, allotting for spacing and that kind of thing.
Also, bots not understanding that this is over like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, just cancel. At
Yeah,
least you
like,
get
you're
some
done.
money back, but
Yeah.
oof.
Also, I think there's a lot of reasons why it's hard when you're the actual aggressor on it, but also not understanding the idea of like distraction or something. So like there was another probe that was down here that could have at least been making like a cannon out of sight on the low ground while the other one was distracting up, but there's no coordination because they're operating independently. It's just for a lot of reasons. It's almost the opposite as it is in person, which is that it's harder. It's harder to do than defend because the defense instructions are simple.
Yeah. Block cannons. And
Yeah.
Spudde did a great job of that. SharpenedEdge was, probably just a little too aggressive with it. That was a very in-your-face, I'm just going to shove cannons right down your throat.
Yeah.
And Spudde had none of it. So, all right, well, there is a follow-up, though. SharpenedEdge did finally fall back here after a lot of cannon cancels, but it does have more tech, more bases coming down. Has a Nexus halfway done. So that's actually really good. That's a really, if it goes unpunished, that's a great way to recover from a failed cannon rush. You just got to get that economy up.
Yeah, could definitely roll out of it if you provoke enough out of Spudde, who hasn't made any move towards a natural yet. And he's just kind of get the bunker up in the main here. But he's going to, like, kind of tack adding on the combat shields. And we're going to get potentially what we were talking about again, which was, like, forcing out a bunch of Marines that are now going to accumulate to, like, 12 plus of them. And they could just kind of walk across if they feel like it.
But that's if they walk across. I don't think
That's if they do it. But yeah, I think they may wait for whatever they were building. But you can get into a situation because if Spudde had intended a one base attack, and you've now delayed all this mining because all the SCVs were chasing your stuff around.
Yeah.
The one base timing is now weirdly delayed, but it doesn't really know or understand that. So it's not going to deviate from it. I think it's just going to still do what it was going to do, but it's now happening a lot later.
Yeah. I guess that does almost even out the amount of mining time lost from the SCVs just chasing things around. And you can see here, things are actually starting to get mined out because of those mules a little bit. So Spudde will need to move on from the one base strategy here very soon, or go attack something.
Or
He
just
needs
go.
to do something.
Yeah, and he can just go. Like, he's getting stem.
He could make something happen right now with some good micro. Absolutely. First Immortal's about to pop out, but
Yeah, he could
I
go
think
with...
he could make it happen.
If he just goes with 1 or 2 tanks, like, this is what...
That's what he's waiting for, it looks like.
20-something Marines and a tank?
Oh, and actually, if they wait for Stim as well,
Yeah.
Stim could be a game changer. There won't be any medevacs out by the looks of it. It looks like, just going to be a big
Yeah, I
One
mean,
base, tank, marine, stim, push, and it's possible.
I don't
it's
think
doable.
he's wrong. Like, and what's
He's got to go
there-
soon.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty soon. But
Okay,
like
here we go.
the single
Oh.
immortal is he's okay.
mind.
It's,
Okay, false alarm. There's not going to be a one base push, everybody.
pity.
They tricked
'Cause
you.
I think it could have worked.
I think it could have gotten some damage done, especially with that tank. That tank being able to
Yeah.
push things back. If SharpenedEdge hesitates at all or just doesn't commit in to try to kill it with the Immortals, that tank can do a lot of damage. So, all right, well, sit back, relax, everybody. We have a macro game on our hands, and look at that fish. It's the Observer Swim. Now, it reminds you most of a squid, right? The Observer, I'm assuming that's
does a bit.
the design.
Yeah. It's a squiddy or jellyfishy.
Jellyfish. Oh, yeah, it does look a little
Jellyfish-ish.
jellyfishy, but like jellyfish on its
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, basically.
That flies like a torpedo. Oh, here we go. SharpenedEdge is going to do what Spudde should have done, I think.
That's interesting.
But this actually, now I'm actually, for Spud's sake, kind of glad that he stayed home because he'll be able to receive this now, I think, pretty effectively. He has a bunker up. He's got tanks.
He should crush it. This isn't going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, if
regroup
SharpenedEdge
here.
commits in here, this could be bad for
He's
for him.
definitely going to wait for that second immortal to come up and attack at the same time.
One sentry, we'll see. I believe a Guardian Shield should get popped. That's what you want right here is a Guardian Shield. There it is, and we are going to have a full commitment to Immortals. Make short work of the bunker. No SCVs to be pulled. One tank takes a hit, but actually survives. Oh, wow. Yeah, Spudde pretty much crushed that back. You know, he lost a little bit, but nothing bad. His economy's still going strong on 2 bases now, and that was, I think, definitely in his favor.
Yeah, certainly. He could have, had he been more aggressively minded, he could have jumped and chased all that down.
Wow,
yeah.
so much more in his favor. 3 times in his favor.
Yeah, a lot of that, of course, is counting the cannons that never went out.
Oh, that's true. It does
There's
count a lot
at least,
of that, yeah.
at least 800 minerals of canceled cannons.
That was a lot of canceled cannons. All right, well, Spudde has stabilized, and SharpenedEdge has been beaten back home and will continue with just upgrades. He's got Blink, your favorite, is on the way. Maybe are we going to have some Mass Stalkers? Do have a lot of gateways coming
Yeah,
down.
we've seen him using, and he's pretty good with them.
He's really good with those Stalkers. Yeah, I think that's one of his stronger strategies, actually. If I'm not mistaken. We actually don't have a whole ton of notes on SharpenedEdge. Just some previous updates from previous years.
So secret.
Yeah, very secret. Hey, you know, I respect that. Sometimes you want to keep your builds to yourself and save them for tournaments such as this. What's going on here? What are we looking at? Lava production facility. Yeah, what do they produce here? So is the lava used to make something, or is that what is being...
It's just there. They rent it out for Jedi fights.
So they can throw Jedis in. No, I think it's something to do with the I think they're using it to melt the crystals or something, or you know, refine them into usable resources, and then you have to, you know, it's like using steam power or something, but it's lava power. I don't know. I'm just making that up.
It seems like a renewable source of energy.
All right, well, Spudde is content to just sit at home and defend. That would be a good renewable source of energy, I think. Geothermal's the way to go, but here we go. Big fight. 2 Immortals. Once again, one gets killed pretty quickly, and 4 tanks will absolutely crush the Stalkers. A huge warp-in, but that is... You should have had all those units with the first
also
engagement.
the weirdest warp-in I've ever seen. That was like
just sentries.
Yeah. Why?
Ow, that was an expensive warp-in because they all died. Every single thing there died. There's one Immortal that didn't quite make it to the party that's left. And he's probably glad he stayed behind because now he can maybe deny the third base a little bit. If he can kill that SCV, that would be great. Doesn't look like it. No, he's going to pull out. Oh, get it! 1 Stalker. Oh, no.
Heal.
So close.
Heal. Blink out. Oh,
very close.
Could have blinked to escape, didn't.
Or was it? Yeah, it wasn't on cooldown. So.
He blinked into a corner like.
I missed that. All right, well, SharpenedEdge is beaten back once more, and doesn't even have a third base. So that was a big commitment.
I think had that been a warp-in of Zealots instead of 5 sentries for some reason, then it's not necessarily that bad. There were 4 tanks there, kind of exposed, no bio left. But yeah, I don't know why the sentries. He must have a quota.
Yep, no, it's not the best move. 4 sentries. That's probably my favorite StarCraft 2 unit. Is the sentry. I know. I think I've said this a bunch,
cool.
but StarCraft 2 sentries are just the coolest.
They're pretty fun. I used to love just troll winning games with them.
Oh, just with like mass force fields.
Yeah, just make mass force field or mass hallucinations. That used to like just confuse the shit out of people. Is especially if they had detection. If they have detection, they won't attack them. So you just mass spam a bunch of things. Like if you hallucinate probes, it hallucinates 4 of them. So you like hallucinate like 80 probes, send them in.
You just have a wall of probes.
And then you just hold position. And against like Zerg, and then like all their lings are just trapped. They won't attack them. And yeah, it was fun.
Now, how do bots react to? I know we've seen it from time to time. Do bots don't know it's a hallucination by looking at it, but they could tell if they look at like the damage taken or something.
Yeah, we
Obviously,
have
or if they have detection.
Yeah, we have seen bots like ignore hallucinate units even without being able to detect them.
Oh, without detection even.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there must be something that says, yeah, this is a hallucinated
There must
unit.
be a way to tell that they're not taking damage.
Can't
from
hide
it.
anything from these bots, man.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, Spudde is the aggressor, but he is a little bit too bold with that tank. One tank gets absolutely destroyed immediately. Nice anti-armor missile, and this is not the best spot for SharpenedEdge to engage. 3 Immortals this time, though, and he actually will be able to keep them all alive if he keeps microing back. Oh, this is bad, though. The Immortals are going to lift in and micro back, but oh, they got to get out of there.
No,
Run.
Pity because they are.
Oof.
Nice effort. Nice effort. They got a lot more done than they probably should have, but all the tanks still being alive.
Well, SharpenedEdge had a good micro, but Spudde was just too quick and too aggressive and just dove in on top of everything.
Oh, nice.
No hesitation.
Nice
And even micros back nicely. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of like a mini Jensiiibot, right?
Yeah.
Or not even a mini. Maybe he's the new Jensiiibot after
Could
this.
be. Could be.
Is he the new
It was a good instant disable on the Colossus there too.
That was really good.
Had that been out, like had this engagement happened just 20 seconds later when the Colossus was there and maybe another wave of Zealots, it would have been a wash the other way. But good timing on this whole thing.
Yeah, just barreled down the middle here and saw the advantage and took it.
Yeah, the reinforcements are coming in here now, so we're gonna have 80 supply against just 5. And
Yeah, look at this. Look at this army control. Doesn't this remind you of Jensiiibot from like 2 years ago?
Yeah, for sure. Just kind of like methodically leapfrogging up, not doing weird stuff, moving as a group. And
Yeah, just very
functioning.
careful, very methodical, thought
Even
out.
this, right, leaving one tank back in a very appropriate position while 2 other ones went forward. Now 2 at the bottom of the ramp while 3 went up. Like that's just very. A few years
Smart
back,
tank line,
we never could have seen that sort of thing. It would be like either all the tanks would think they have to do something, or none of them would. This idea of like 3 go up and 2 stay back is very hard to do.
Yeah, well, it was extremely well executed. I thought we were talking, Spudde, you got to attack. Spudde, you got to attack. Spudde did the right thing and stayed home, defended a couple pushes out of SharpenedEdge, and defended them very effectively. And then was able to just, with an overwhelming force, push through and took a good fight there. Yeah, kind of a bad spot for SharpenedEdge. I feel like maybe just a little bit of bad luck as to where the ramp kind of was and where he ended up engaging, because he saw that first tank that sieged up and it's like, oh, that's a nice juicy free tank there, and that was a great start. But then right there is just a horrible spot to be in. So yeah, I think a little bit of movement, army movement, not luck per se, but fortune, good fortune for a Terran player there. All right, we're moving on to game 2.
We are
very soon,
and we'll see what he pivots to. The cannon rush opening. It'd be interesting
Could have been better.
to see overall stats of like what works or not. I find there's not. Again, it's hard to employ like deception in the same way that you do in a human game, but sending out, like, usually the point of like sending out 2 probes to do your cannon rush is that they do 2 different things in different places. I find when the bots do it, they just send them together, or they just move around together. and like they're always within a few feet of each
Well,
other.
isn't
and
that what screwed up
Yeah.
last week? Our one of our proxying
Yeah,
Protoss, because the probe pulled it back to where the proxy was or something.
yeah, something like that. Like there wasn't, and then not understanding. I think one of them maybe sometime they don't understand that the other one hasn't accomplished their mission. So like you're supposed to put a pylon up here to block the wall, and I build the gateways, but then I don't acknowledge that those died, and that
So they
I
need to
can't-
have like
yeah,
a team building workshop, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
a,
We
li-
need
a
our
little bit.
our
Yeah.
probe's communication needs to be improved here.
A little bit. The other thing that's really hard for anything like a cannon Russian is, or really any sort of proxy or rush or whatever, is when to put in that, okay, it didn't work, stop.
Yeah, after how many
Sort of thing.
cancels
Yeah.
do I say, okay, this isn't working? You know,
Yeah.
eight cancels within 2 seconds. I should probably pull the
Yeah,
plug on
shut
this
her down.
and
Yeah.
shut her down. Start something new.
And even to trigger it based on maybe what units you see, like,
Yeah.
once the Marine is out, it's over.
Yeah, if there's a Marine denying your cannon that just started, yeah, it's over
Yeah, something like that. So,
for sure.
whatever.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if SharpenedEdge mixes things up here, or if he will be persistent. Because again, it is follows up with something else, so it's not just a cannon Russian. Oh, it didn't work. I guess someday. There was a pretty good follow up there, and just some not very well executed attacks into a very well defended Terran, and that got our Spudde little potato ahead. So, and we'll see what happens in game number 2 here. Let's go. Spudde makes it to the finals. We're having a tater tot party.
Infees.
Sharpened
That's
Edge.
in the freezer. Or equivalent.
Spuds.
Spudde. What's a tater tot equivalent?
Just a non-brand name tater tot.
Oh, is tater tot a brand name?
I think it is.
I thought. Well, what are they called before tater tots then? Surely that's
Look it up.
tater tots are grated potatoes formed.
Yeah.
And the name tater tot is a registered trademark of the
trademark, yeah.
American frozen food company Orida.
Yeah.
So, what were they called before, or did Orida invent tater tots then?
They may have invented that. It's,
True.
I guess you could say, I mean, before it was a tater tot, it was probably just a hash brown, because that's basically what it is.
Someone
But
was
what-
like, "Oh, we should put this into little bite-sized
Yeah.
pieces," kind of
Yeah.
essentially. Well, whoever did come up with it, brilliant, absolutely
it's like
brilliant.
in the U.S., do you guys have McCain's Smiles?
We have McCain's chicken. Or wait, what is it? No, I don't think so.
They're
Oh,
potatoes,
come on,
but they're in the
probes.
shape of a smiley face.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen those. Yeah, maybe. Oh, is this gonna work? There's no Marines out. One is building. The first cannon comes
Yeah.
up. Smiley fries. That's what they're called. Cancel. Oh man, yeah, these cancels are just too quick. No cannons are gonna get up. The pylon is gonna finish in the high ground. This is just eerily reminiscent of last game, and we have ourselves yet another failed cannon rush. A lot less cancels. Well, yeah, I think a lot less cancels this
Yeah,
time. It was like
definitely a lot less.
4 or 5 on the low ground, but that was it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of good that it failed harder this time, because it'll end up actually helping SharpenedEdge in the long run.
A bit, yeah. He'll
little bit.
transition a lot sooner to the other things. Like, these 2 gateways are already well underway, whereas Spud is now like still making a bunker and stuff when this isn't necessary.
Oh, I'm thinking of Kane's chicken. Yeah, there is a Kane's chicken, not a McCain's chicken. Yeah, there's a Kane's chicken around here. It's actually really good. All right, this has been cleared up, and SharpenedEdge can now move on with its bot life and try something else.
Yep.
That is good.
Yeah, and I think this will be okay. That wasn't too bad, and there was lost mining time, a little investment into stuff like the bunker. So I don't think he's behind here.
Yeah, no, he's in again, I think a better spot than last time, just because that cannon rush did fail harder, meant he ended up spending less money on it. So Good stuff there. And Reaper, it's just gonna.
Okay.
Okay. Took a few side blades to the back and thought he was tough enough to take it, but he was not. So good job, Zealot.
Yep.
That's why you always gotta commit, you know. And maybe that Reaper won't run away.
Just go
You
for it.
can catch him as a Zealot. Just go for it.
Exactly.
Well, and it was good. We saw a probe actually go for it too, so it was a little bit of teamwork there. I thought that was pretty good. Probes and Zealot teaming up. That's like a buddy comedy or movie or something, or like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Zealot and Probe.
Exactly. It's kind of a Batman and Robin sort of
Yeah,
thing.
well, Batman and Robin scenario. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Perfect. Exactly. Just what I'm thinking. All right, we've got +1 getting. What was being Corona boosted there? Was the +1?
Yeah.
All right. So quick upgrade.
Yeah, which is good. If you have
yeah,
that
that's
forge for other reasons, you might as well get some use out of it.
Yeah.
So why not? And that is pretty effective. And he will, his economy will be way ahead if we don't have any strong move out of Spud here. And in
I
the
don't
previous
think
game,
we
it took
will.
A while. Yeah, I don't think we
Yeah,
will
I think
either.
he's going to go to second base, but this time SharpenedEdge will be further ahead.
That's it.
So that attack.
SharpenedEdge let him go to second base.
Yeah, exactly. And because of that, because is just letting him do this, it's going to be quicker, that attack, that first push across. So maybe that first attack does do some significant damage to Spud here instead of him holding it. All kind of depends, I think, when Spud starts taking his next base and just what he's got. He's got Marines and Stim just starting. There's the first tank now as well. Tank could be a big part. If the tank can scare off these units, then that'd be good. I'd love to see the tank on the high ground there as well, because I think that covers the natural entryway pretty well, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Just right above to the past the ramp.
And Spud has shown
there,
some
right there.
ability to understand that positioning stuff. Like by keeping tanks back, and some of them were in positions that you would put them. So yeah.
I think I was gonna say I think this first one's just gonna go low ground, but once Spud decides, okay, time for my second base, I think we'll see that tank and everything kind of move down, and a bunker should go up as well. Yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit of a calm moment here on 2,000 atmospheres, but just a moment, because I think SharpenedEdge is getting ready and is just about ready. We've got those Immortals now producing, and more upgrades on the way. So I think, what was it, 2 Immortals when he pushed out last?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. He's already got one. So yeah, the second Immortal is building. Okay.
So yeah, if we get a similar thing, I think it might work better this time. But kind of where it fell apart again was that choice of warp in.
Yeah, that was not the best.
Kind of weird.
Well, that was the second attack, wasn't that?
I think it was.
Yeah, that was the second attack with the warp
it's the second attack. The first one he poked in and basically immediately went boom. But yeah, when he came back the second time with the warp prism,
just got destroyed. Well, here we go. We're going to see this push across. The base for Spud is just about to finish, so I can't imagine there's going to be a whole lot of defenses there just yet. Army supplies in SharpenedEdge favor, so this could do something. This could push her. All depends how he attacks. He's just going to dive in with the Stalkers and take a lot of hits. I don't think that's the best way to go about this. Oh, no, yeah, he's going to have to go home. Oh, no.
Really the same thing. I kind of don't, I don't know what that attack is expected to do.
If there's an opening, he's going to push in, I think.
I guess, it's just how can there be?
Yeah.
You should know at this point. Either he's moved down to this position and there's a bunch of units there. There's no less units there than there were when your cannon rush failed. So there's at least,
true.
10 Marines. There's at least a bunker on the high ground. If
at
he
minimum,
didn't move down. The minimum that he has is already too much, let alone what he probably has.
But had he grouped up a little bit there instead of just, spear diving in, could he have maybe I think he could have gotten the bunker and maybe a tank or so. Even if you can target a tank down and get out, that's something.
You could, but at the expense of your army. The whole army.
No, he had a Zealot and a couple of depths. They would have taken a few tank shots while you pop in. The Immortals can gun down a tank in a second.
Yeah.
If they target fire correctly, but
they can. Right. Yeah. But also they don't.
They don't, yeah. Key being, they don't.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
a lot of
there's a
tanks
lot of
coming out
edge to it. Yeah.
I'm a little nervous for SharpenedEdge with these many tanks coming out. Spud has already shown how strong his tank play is.
Yeah.
So SharpenedEdge, he's got to get a good engagement. He's going to push across once more. Another Immortal in production. I think he's got 3 now with the army. And, oh, man, if SharpenedEdge would wait for +2 and get his army grouped up before pushing in, I think he could actually do some serious
he will have
damage
blinked
here.
this time now. That
Yeah,
helps.
That helps a lot. Well, it can help a lot.
Too bad he doesn't know to go for the third base
Did
here.
the tanks move back?
Oh, this is weird. The tanks are blocking the Marines in the back, too.
Yeah, the tanks moved back, I think, or something.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Well, actually, the third base is going to get denied, so a good choice from SharpenedEdge. Now he's going to try to keep pushing in and blinking out, but the Stalkers with not the best control are going to
This
take
could work.
way
Look at
too many
those-
shots. But
The Marines there were trapped behind everything and not really attacking.
well, was that good? Because now it unleashes the flood of Stim Marines. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, SharpenedEdge is going to have to get out. All in all, not the worst engagement though, right? He got SharpenedEdge got the third base denied, so that was nice.
Yeah, I think the third base tonight is the big pickup there. I think the engagement itself is a bit of a wash. I mean,
Yeah,
not only
not
a
a-
wash, but to his disadvantage, but not horrifically.
Because he's down in army supply, but he did keep a couple of mortals alive, so not horrible. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Now, if he had a third base coming up behind that, that would have been really nice for SharpenedEdge. As it is, he's just gonna stick on the 2 for now. He's got +3 attack coming down, and I guess that is one way to maybe just overwhelm the Terran. Is keep your Immortals alive and get +3 attack. If you have 6, 7 Immortals coming in with +3 attack, a lot of things are going to die really quickly.
Yeah.
So, and it does, again, it depends all on if they're clumped up, taking too many tank shots, that kind of thing. But if SharpenedEdge can maybe engage Spud out in the open, maybe we'll get an ace match. I'm
You can
feeling
definitely
it.
still catch him here. We're not seeing Spud tech up or do anything in specific. It's just kind of
Just tanks,
staying
Marines, bases,
the same.
and some upgrades. He's got some
yeah.
upgrades.
There comes the Robo as well. Last time he started to go into Colossus, only had gotten 1 out, but that's certainly viable here. But we're having Spud move out, and yeah, five Immortals. He could get scouted here by the Phoenix, so that would be good. It will kind of miss
Ooh,
them.
oh no, misses it. So he
looping
doesn't
around.
know this is coming, then, does he?
Oh, he could
Oh,
get-
he's going to be. Actually, I was going to say
he
he's going
could
to be
get
out of
accidentally
position, but
flanked, but there's a lot of Marines there.
there are a lot of Marines and no Colossus just yet. Oh man, one Colossus would have so much fun right now. No force fields to zone anything out either, and with an anti-armor missile on every Protoss unit almost. I think these tank shots are just going to clean house. Oh no. Bit of a choke point as well, giving Spud the superior arc, the superior concave.
Yeah.
And those Stim Marines just shred it through. Yeah, I don't care how much attack you have. When you get engaged like that, you're just going to get shredded.
Yeah, it's too good. You needed charge or needed something like that.
Sentries, force field, maybe section off the Marines somehow to keep the tanks back. But yeah, as it is, excellently played by Spud. Super well executed, just phenomenal army control. This is some top 4 bot material. I would almost say.
Yeah, it's pretty
Spud
good.
playing
There's-
real strong.
Yeah, there's nothing super fancy. It's just kind of good-ish. And
Maybe
yeah.
I chose wrong in the I did choose wrong.
I think
technically,
I
but-
did too. But yeah, who knows?
Wasn't there another season we underestimated Spud? No, it was who did we underestimate?
A few
Well, we've
people, but-
dominion a few bots.
Dominion Dog.
Dominion Dog was
probably
one.
the big one.
Yeah.
Everyone kept picking Dominion Dog to lose and just kind of kept quietly winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Spud showing what he is made of. Will move on in the upper bracket, taking out SharpenedEdge. We also have Eris moving on in the upper bracket. Let's go ahead. Can we take a look at that before we go on break or anything here? I wanna see where we're at here. So we've got now half of our upper bracket decided already. We had Nagit from last week, -0 versus Benbot, Ketrock and Dovahkiin still hanging out, and now we have Eris versus Spud. And that should be a really good matchup. Based on what I just saw, I think Spud's gonna be able to put up a really good fight against Eris. I think that might be what Terrans need to stop this ever-powerful Zerg here. And I don't know. We'll see.
Possibly. Yeah, we'll see how aggressive. It's hard to gauge from this because of the cannon rush opening, forcing a more defensive position. But yeah, Spud has to definitely be aggressive if he's going to take out Eris.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, after a break, then we will have our last half of our upper bracket there. We've got Zoe, our Zerg, going up against zUnkP, who's not a Protoss, but a Terran, I believe. And then DominionDog versus Tyr. That is one I am personally very excited for.
Yes.
Tyr, again, one of our longest standing bots in ProBots with 10 appearances and two first-place wins and multiple other top 4 finishes. So definitely a hard opponent to beat, and we'll see if DominionDog is up to the challenge. But before we go on a quick break, we need to shout out our Crown Club, because with your support, we have been able to improve things so much over the past few seasons here at ESChamp. So thank you all so much, and you can see everyone's name there scrolling below me, but we're going to give a special shout out to one of you right now.
Indeed.
Maybe. It's coming. Thank you, Sean Larson. You are the best. Just like everybody else in the Crown Club. We can have multiple bests,
There's
right?
many bests.
There's many bests, and you
It's
are
the best
all
of
the best.
Yeah.
So thank you, but seriously, thank you for your support. Hopefully you're enjoying the content, and hopefully you enjoy PostBots. That is available to all of our Crown Club members. You can come and watch live, even, during the streaming. That will be tomorrow night, same time as we started tonight, just in our Discord. Come check it out. And as always, check out the AIarena.net Discord as well. I'm sure somebody has a link if they want to post it. If not, you can probably Google and find it. Great community there if you want to get started making a bot. All right. Endersword, are you ready for a break?
I am. Let's go to the break so that we can come back quick.
Let's do it. We want to get back and get to more games. And we are back. Endersword is here. I am here, both on time, ready to go. And we have got 2 more best of 3s coming your way, everybody. And they're going to be good ones. We have a new bot for you tonight. zUnkP making it into ProBots. So congratulations for making the top 12 or however many, top 12-ish or so.
Sounds right.
Yeah, top 12, and then the 4 from last season qualifying. But anyway, congratulations. You are going up against Zoe, one of our very strong Zerg bots. Zoe was here last season. Was Zoe's first season. So coming back for another round, and this should be a good matchup. Yeah, let's take a look at these bots here a little bit. We do have a few notes on these 2. So Zoe is very good with macro. It's one of its bigger strengths here, which we just saw a macro Zerg absolutely dominate. So
very hard to beat the macro Zerg.
They're hard to beat for sure. Yeah. And we've actually had Supercatcher on PostBots before. He talked a little bit last season about his bot, so it's always exciting when bots make it back in and come in. But it's also very exciting when we get new bots like Zunk here, created in Python, is a Terran bot, and we do have a little special. Let's see what we got. So it does a little bit of 3 racks and a +1 attack stim. So it looks like a nice timing attack is one of its strengths here. So a little bit inflexible is what the notes say. So not as well-rounded as Micro Machine or Tyr with just a huge diversity of builds. I think Tyr has some of the most builds out of any bots.
Like dozens. Dozens, I think, in there.
Lots of builds.
Yeah.
So, but hey, that is just something that comes with time. So I'm sure now that you've made it into ProBots, hopefully you have the bot bug and you want to keep making more and keep making it better. So I'm very excited to see what we're going to have here. Now, somebody had said in the chat, I did need to correct, because I went back and looked about Spudde and his wins. So Spudde has actually gotten a lot of wins and some pretty
when
high
you said that, I'm
profile
like,
wins.
there's no way that he's
Yeah.
never won.
So Spud has beaten Antibot.
Yeah.
A lot of 2-1s as well. Spud has beaten Antibot, beaten Straylock. Spud has beaten Jensiiibot. Spud has even beaten. Can you guess who the hardest bot that Spud has beaten?
I want to say maybe Micro Machine when it was broken.
No, it wasn't Micro Machine. It's a good guess though. Spud has taken a game off of. Oh wait, I just had it. It was Zoe was one of the. So actually, we were about to see right here. Spud has taken a game off of. So Spud's got some wins. Don't you worry about him. He's beaten Small Bly. Has beaten, yeah, definitely some big names. So, all right, I think we're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, we're not ready. I was looking at the timer incorrectly again.
You know what I got today, Andy?
What did you get today?
I was ordering like groceries online, and I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But there was like picture of it, and I didn't realize the actual size of it. It was a bag of Lucky Charms, just the marshmallows.
What? They sell those?
Well, I thought they did in the form that I would have expected, which is like literally the cereal with just the marshmallows. In reality, what it is this, which is that they are like
the huge.
They're huge marshmallows.
Oh, they're like marshmallows, like actual marshmallow
marshmallows, but they are like Lucky Charms.
So now do you eat it with milk still? Do you just pour it in a bowl or do you just snack on them like candy?
I think you're expected like they're not like.
Because that's not really cereal size.
Yeah, they're not like, cereal size, and they're not
big
the
ass
same
spoon
like
for that.
They're not like the same texture as like the cereal, so they are just kind of marshmallows.
I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for those and go try that. Yeah, but it tastes the same. The flavor's the same.
No, not really.
No. So is it like, really Lucky Charms?
If you ever see just a pack of like the white marshmallows, it's basically that, but they're in the Lucky Charms shape.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of product line. Oh, it was Spud beat Spiny. That was the big name. Spud has taken and not just taken the game, beat 2-1. So and Benbot as well. Spud has taken a series off Benbot. So okay, moving on from Spud, we have got another excellent series for you. zUnkP versus Zoe coming up right here on ESChamp. Let's go.
Soup catchers.
Zoe.
Zunks. zUnkP.
Maybe. I don't have them as facing. We're ready. Yeah, so I was looking at old Spud stats there. I'm fascinated by our little potato.
I was just trying to do what Chris suggested and see how many marshmallows I could fit in my mouth.
What's the answer? Yeah, I was going to ask that next. How many
I'm going to need another bag.
Now, we probably need multiple test subjects to do this as well, because people have different sized mouths.
That's true.
So we need to get an average amount of how many of those.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would imagine, I eat a lot and I talk a lot and I have a huge mouth. So
there you go.
I could probably fit more than your average squirrel or something. Chipmunk.
Yeah.
How many do you think could fit in a chipmunk's mouth? That's the real
chipmunk's mouth. I think it depends. Do we crush them up first or just leave them full size?
Oh no, whole size.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. No, the the marshmallows, not the chipmunk.
Yeah, do not. Our producer Drexum has a thing with eating
he likes
small animals and killing and eating small animals.
I wonder if my rabbit would like these. Funny. I just gave him carrots in the break.
Oh boy.
Throw one on the floor and see what they think.
I give my dog carrots. My dog is a huge fan of carrots, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a great and healthy snack. It keeps her busy. All right, we are here on Glittering Ashes. Thank you all once again for being here. And we have got a couple, or one unknown bot and one relatively new bot. Zoe, this is Zoe's second season. So we haven't seen a whole lot, and I'm sure that Zoe has gotten some updates from last season. So I'm sure we'll see some new things here. As the weeks go on, we will get some update submissions. These bots will be updated, and we'll have some notes on what has been changed and what they're doing better or worse. Sometimes they say what they do worse. It happens. Sometimes these bots get updated for the worse. We've absolutely seen that.
You never quite know. It's like, I mean, we see that happen a lot. Like, of course, there's a tight frame to update bots. So, of course, you can end up launching something you haven't tested every eventuality.
Yeah.
And then you also don't know you're updating it, but your other bot's updating too. So it's not like you can totally test it against what their production version is. So you can end up with some weird bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice save of the Overlord, by the way. Zoe manages to get that Overlord just on the high ground. The Marines poking around, keeping the Zerglings at bay. While Zoe and Zunk just macro up. So yeah, a little bit more macro game. A lot of macro games tonight. Obviously, you could call the Cannon Rush game not a macro, but there was the follow-up into the macro and 3 bases and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a whole ton of crazy aggression other than those attempted Cannon Rushes, which didn't even work. So could you call it aggression if it doesn't work?
You can call it I mean, aggression doesn't have to succeed. If
That's
you
true.
if you go punch someone and then they beat the shit out of you, you were still the aggressor.
As you'd be a good lawyer, Endersor. All right.
So it looks like enemy mass marine. That's at least what he's detecting based on obviously what he sees.
Yeah, he sees everything with that Overlord, man. A floating barracks or something would be a good addition there, just to wipe that out. But we should get. Maybe we'll get some medevacs or something. We do have a lot of bio, and I would imagine medevacs are a pretty common follow-up. It's just combat shield +1 stim on the way. So yeah, just a real big
Going heavy.
marine attack. We don't have any baneling nest or anything, just roaches in production for Zoe and Burrow, which
he
is
is
good.
getting burrow. The burrow itself
roach
is going to
burrow
help
again.
a lot because it really looks like Zunk here is like really setting up to hit an actual timing, which not too many of our bots truly do. Like actually sync up.
2 base
upgrades and
stim
attack,
1/1 timing, which it's kind of exactly what it seems like, or +1 timing. It's timed out extremely well here. Stim and combat shields are going to finish close to the same time, +1 just finishing there.
Yeah.
So these Marines are just about ready, and
well-
they haven't taken any damage just yet from any Zerglings or anything, so that's good.
Yeah,
They are keeping the
kinda-
Zerglings at bay.
I'm curious if I'm right. Like now is about the time that I would want them to be moving across.
Yeah, you want to be partway across the
map.
map. Yeah, when it's close.
And they're not actually moving, so it looks like we're not really hitting a tight time.
Oh, he's taking a
gonna
third.
take the
Oh.
base, yeah.
Throw us all for a loop here.
right.
Well, no, okay, he's gonna push with the third behind. He's gonna wait till stim is done, and now he's gonna go right.
Yeah.
And stim finishes. There it goes. All right. Wait, did that one Marine, just the one Marine stim? Oh, I hope we don't get a mass stim because of one Zergling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Ooh, this is tense. This is a big Marine ball. There are roaches out, and no big mass stim just yet. Just a few at a time, actually, stimming. There we go.
Yeah.
Finally, a lot more follow suit. And I actually really like the activation of that stim. It wasn't all at once. It was one at a time, even in quick succession. And boom, base canceled. Roaches and queens are dying. Zoe does have a lot of creep to fall back on, though. This is nice creep spread.
Yeah, I do like that he scanned to clear that out, but also deal with any potential burrowed roaches.
Yeah.
There's no healing with this, like in the terms of medevacs, but there's just a lot of it.
It's a wrecking ball of Marines, and that's the strategy, is just try to overwhelm and keep pushing through. Not very many stims left available. A lot of these units are in the yellow, some even in red and orange, so there's, again, not a lot of stims going to be available for long. He's only going to get maybe one more good one, and with this many roaches out, this is now, I think, going to get cleared up. But he did get the base with the Marines. Actually, a lot of Marines going to run home, maybe.
Yeah, I like
if
that
he
he's
can go
backing
home
up.
and heal, that'd be great. Oh,
We
there's
don't-
the starport. Hell yeah.
I feel like we don't see a ton of this, that like small units actually retreat.
Yeah, it's
Like,
either they...
We just oddly don't see
Yeah.
much of that.
Well, I think that was the absolute correct decision. The damage got done. Lost some Marines, but now he's going to be able to fall back and get those medevacs out and heal. But Zoe, with a nice-looking roach attack, is pushing across and is going to look to do some counter damage. Oh, and these Marines need to get the heck out of here if they want to live. Oh, yeah, Zoe has this fight for sure.
Yeah, he's getting a
nicely
few,
done.
but he's got more of those than I would have thought. And now that he's splitting off, he could actually take out this whole half of them.
Ooh, the burrows are a little bit late, and a good scan as well. Reveals and gets a lot, but yeah, a big chunk of the roaches did break off and are now pressuring the third. SCVs dying left and right. So some nice counter damage done by Zoe. Very nicely done here. Is not going to deny the base or anything, so zUnK will be able to recover and get 3 bases up and running once more. But Zoe back at home during all this. Look how many bases there are. That's so many. Yeah. That's a lot of Zerg bases, Endersword.
Yeah, it's kind of taken back the 2 that were killed there and 1 at the top to boot on with that. And given that he has taken out a good number of SCVs there, there's definitely going to be a big economic advantage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and all just for Marines and some SCVs, but just minerals. That is way in zUnK's favor, I'd say. Yeah, 1,000 gas lost or Zoe. But again, Zoe has 6 bases very soon, so a lot of income will be hers momentarily.
Indeed.
Overwhelm and destroy, indeed. That is the name of the game here, I think, for Zoe at this point, is just get a lot. Well, that was the name of the game for zUnK originally, but now I think that's Zoe's turn to overwhelm and destroy. We've got infestors will be popping out, and there we go. First one starting with pathogen glands. Nicely timed out, I might add. With +1/1 about to finish as well. Oh no, that's +2 armor even. Ooh. Zoe is starting to power up right now. And what can zUnK do to hold this powerhouse? It looks like it's just going to be a huge roach infestor attack. Does he get ghosts, tanks? He's going to need something besides Marines, right?
You would think so.
Oh, these Marines are going to die so fast to the infestors. Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be brutal, Endersword. Shield your eyes, Terrans. Oh, maybe he goes home? Nope, he's committing. Nope, he's going home. Nope, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely should back up here.
Maybe heal a little bit.
There's nothing to be gained by this right now.
Well, actually, he can't because the infestors aren't with the army just yet. There's one. Oh, here comes the... It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Where's the fungal? Did he not fungal? Does he not have energy?
Getting spread out here. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah, prove it. Where's your sock to eat, or your shoe to eat? Because he just gained a lot with this.
He gained, he
base.
took this space out, but the army kind of didn't die. Yeah, there we go. It evaporated around him. It's still alive. You're not going to actually push in.
That's true.
But, yeah.
A little bit sloppy on the infestors there. There's a good fungal.
Yeah.
Gets a lot of Marines. And yeah, these Marines, their life is on a timer right now. So,
yeah.
Hey, nice attack, though. zUnK with some really good timings. I don't know if that one was luck or just really good timing, but managed to get in there right before the infestors could really do anything. Obviously, one of the infestors didn't do anything. Either didn't have enough energy or just didn't do anything, but... Nicely done out of zUnK, but I think Zoe just has too much. Zoe is got the entire bottom half of the map covered in creep now, plus some. Are those medevacs just by themselves? They don't even have...
I think they are just
I don't think they even have units. Yeah, these Zerglings, this Zergling counterattack actually might be enough just to... Yeah, I think it's going to be enough to crush through. Under 100 supply, there's a little attack coming in, but with the infestors out, that will not do anything. So they're actually going to maybe come home and try to help defend, but... I think Zoe's got zUnK on the ropes here and about to get a KO.
Yeah, it does look like it, and this is kind of what I was getting at, is like you push in, you ultimately accomplish nothing, they just absorb you, and then you've lost your army. Like there was no getting out of that. Like once you committed, that was it, and you weren't going to get more than, like you weren't going to kill 5 bases.
Yeah.
And I think I think that's going to become a more and more of one of the trends, is until people get super good at like really multi-pronged harassment and super good targeting, you're going to get in a situation where after like 10 minutes into a game, if you're going against a macro Zerg, it has to be the attack, it has to be the game win.
Yeah.
Getting onto creep, sniping a base,
well, you have to get that. What's the Marine train essentially rolling?
Yeah, exactly. I think it has to be a committed attack because you're not going to pick off enough.
I agree with that. I think that's a very good assessment of the situation. Yeah, you just have to get the reinforcement line, behind your army, and just get that momentum. Because
your other option,
Zerg on the back foot.
Again, if you compare it to like human games at a high level, it's like liberators here and drops over here and run-ins with Hellions here and whatever, certainly you could do that, but I don't think we have a bot good enough to do that yet.
Yeah, not
So-
quite yet. There are a few right on the edge of that, I would say.
Yeah.
So definitely getting close to that moment, but nicely done. Zoe will take game number 1, looking very strong. We saw it last season. Zoe gave a very good performance as well.
Yeah.
I forget exactly who she went up against, but I'd have to pull that up again. I keep closing the bracket. I don't know why I keep closing it. I'm bad with notes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 will be loaded up very shortly. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us. We do have one more best of 3 after this one, but first we got to see if Zoe can seal the deal, or if Zunk, our new bot, one of our new bots this season, only 2 new bots. I thought we had 3 new bots.
We did have.
We do have 3 new
we've
bots.
got-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanina, Phantom Bot,
Yeah.
and zUnkP.
Yeah.
Very nice. No, thank you. Seriously, congratulations to everybody who did qualify. This will today we'll wrap up our first round of 16, our first full round. You know, it takes 2 weeks to get through all of them, but this will decide who's moving on in the upper and who's down in the lower. Currently down in the lower bracket, we did actually get one more matchup. Jensiiibot versus SharpenedEdge will be next week, since they both went down today. And then we'll also have Phantom Bot versus SharkBot and Kaninana versus Micro Machine down in that lower bracket. That'll be taking place again next week, so make sure you tune in. We'll have our first eliminations here. It's always sad, but you know, you can only have
Indeed.
one.
It has to
Only have
happen.
one winner, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to go back to. I want to do like a round robin style tournament again. I think we've talked a little bit about maybe doing like a one-time something with just
Yeah.
a big open bracket, or like AI Arena's
Yeah.
talked about doing it.
Well, that's it. Well, I mean, the AI arena
Yeah.
itself is that. Yeah.
That is pretty much
So,
that, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I like that format. I think it's fun. And we need somebody to make that micro mat. I really want to start getting some
Yeah.
bot
would be
micro battles.
pretty
I
fun.
think that would be really cool, and it would help. I would imagine help train these bots a little bit with certain scenarios. Oh,
Yeah.
that was I had a question for you. How many? You know how there's exponential amounts of chess moves and stuff. How many unit compositions do you think exist in StarCraft with up to 200 supply
up
and
to
all
200
the different
supply.
types of units? There's a mathematician somewhere in the audience. There's got to be who can figure
Yeah.
this out. There's an equation for this, I'm sure.
There would be. It would be a really weirdly hard equation because things have different supply counts. But leave that with. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna
All
figure
right,
it out.
that'll be our question of the day. How many
Yeah.
unit compositions are there available? It's obviously going to be like in the trillions or
Oh
something.
yeah, it's gonna be a
Ridiculous.
ridiculous number.
Ridiculously, even more than that probably. Anyway, game number 2 is ready. Let's see if Zoe can seal the deal or if Zunk will be able to bring us to an ace match. Let's go.
And at the end of the paper, I'm gonna write "Dreams Achieved."
Soup catchers.
Zoe.
Zonks.
zUnkP.
Okay, here we are on. I keep looking at the wrong stream and it's all blurry. I can't see it. Okay, there we go. 2,000 atmospheres is our map.
It's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure. How many? Because Earth is 1 atmosphere, right?
Yes, I remember we worked this.
Dude, we
out
talked about this
before.
last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I forget the depth, but yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's a lot of pressure.
It was like deeper than the Marianas Trench, I think, to get to 2,000 atmospheres.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculously deep. We are underwater here. This is one of the fancy underwater maps where things float up when they die. Those are some of my favorites. You can see the little fishies. Imagine how tough that fish is at 2,000 atmospheres. You know how when you bring up a deep sea creature and it's just mutilated, distorted because of the pressure change.
It's true.
I can't even imagine something that lived at 2,000 atmospheres there'd be anything left by the time you got to 1. Like it would just
Yeah, it would
dissipate,
either
like it would just fall
poof out.
apart.
Yeah, exactly.
like liquid, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that would be weird because it would have to be like naturally so non-dense. that when it got compressed into densism, it was like that
Densism.
fishy.
Is that a word?
Pure densism. That is a sad fish. Good observation.
Yeah, why are these fish just sitting there? Like some fish are. Oh, it's because they're in the fog of war.
Yeah.
Is that why? So fish.
think
See,
so.
those fish are swimming, but these fish.
Yeah.
But like that one's wagging its tail.
Dark modes.
Yeah, it's because they're in the fog of war, I guess. Interesting. Anyway, all right, let's see what's going on here. So we do have roaches once more as the choice for Zoe. Great choice. I think burrowed roaches have really been doing well in the past couple seasons. We saw them last season, I think, a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And so far, they're seeming really strong. You've got to have either a lot of scans available, obviously observers or ravens, or overseers or something. We haven't had many ZVZs just yet, or any. Yeah, how many Zergs do we have in our? We've only got like
How many
four.
do we have?
A lot of Terrans. I saw we had a lot of Terrans this season, mostly Terrans. It was like 3 Protoss, 5 Zerg, and a lot of Terrans, something like that. Anyway,
Yeah, there are a lot, and yeah,
I'll
there
have to
we
look at
had
it.
people doing the math again in chat. So 66,000 feet in freshwater, 60,000 in saltwater.
Yep.
Would be
That is
2,000
pretty deep.
atmospheres. It is.
well, thank you. I appreciate you guys doing the math for me because I am not even going to try.
And I won't. I'll just accept the fact that they did it in Imperial.
I'm going to trust that it's correct.
Yeah.
I believe you all. All right,
I-
Burrow, getting close to huh?
Yeah. And so that is just. I just kind of checked. It's almost double the depth of the Mariana Trench.
So you could have that like if Mars still had oceans or something. Yeah, that were super
Maybe.
deep.
Yeah. Off of.
Because they have the mountain that's like what,
Yeah,
7
Mount
times
Olympus
Mount Everest or whatever.
Yeah. We have Mount Everest.
They
I think it's Mount Olympus there, right?
Is it? No, it's not Mount Olympus. It's I gotta Google it now. It's
Olympia.
oh, it is Olympus Mons. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
Olympus Mons. That's it. Yeah. Fun. Fun.
Learning something new here every day on ProBots. Good stuff. All right, we've got roaches, lots of roaches, a lot of roaches. That's they just keep going up in the production tab. Ooh, and the Marines are going to miss it all. That's probably not good for Zunk, right? Yeah.
Let's see how
Actually, the
this goes.
Zerglings
Yeah.
are gonna maybe pull him back. No, the big Marine force stays on the low ground.
Yeah.
I
feel
guess
like
they're
he's-
just not getting
he's
their
got a
radios
bunch
are
of-
broken or something.
I don't know exactly what's happened. There he
They're
comes
not
now.
getting there. There they go.
Yeah.
They realize something is afoot, something's going on. I guess once they get within range of the command center, that's when they realize, oh, we need to defend, not just being out on the map. Here we go. They are going to force a lot of burrows. The Roaches really focused on that mule and the command center, not really prioritizing their shots effectively at all. This was actually a much better hold than I thought it would be for Zunk. He actually is still going to lose a lot. This might just be too many Roaches still, but
Yeah, his army's still pretty small. The scans here are going to help a bit because the burrow roach is kind of the problem if you don't finish them off. But he
Yeah.
is finishing off a good number. But like up there, as pointed out, these guys are just kind of stuck. And because the unit's there, I think they won't open. Yeah, there we go.
oh yeah, he's got the depot close because he didn't want to
Yeah,
let the
he didn't
units
want to let
in.
them in.
Oh, but he'll even trap his own Marines. I was like, sorry guys, you stay out there and fight. Okay, there he does open it and try to let him in, but
It's just not enough. Like
not
one-
enough.
one tank up there, maybe this is a hold. But
Oh yeah, if he had a tank here, I think he could have definitely held that. Yeah, absolutely. But no, just the Marines, not enough. The timing, he had that kind of specific timing too, and Zoe hit well before it. It seemed like a lot sooner this time as well with that road push. So nicely done out of Zoe. We'll be able to seal the deal and take a nice 2-0 win over Zunk. No ace matches for me tonight.
oh well.
Oh well, only one man. Yeah, not many. Usually we have a few in the starter, but we only had Benbot for Sharkbot was our closest matchup still so far. But this was still good. I still think Zunk had some really nice timing attacks, especially the last game. Obviously not, but last game denied multiple bases, especially towards the end, like ones that we thought, oh, these Marines need to get the hell out of here. They're gonna die, and then they go get a base, and kill a base and some units. In the end, it's still just not enough, especially once the tech or a Zerg gets out, but nicely executed, a good performance. Zunk will be knocked down into that lower bracket and will face either DominionDog or Tier. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
those
is
are
a
two
rough
tough
match
matches.
to get there.
Yeah, there's
That's a new
a
bot.
few, like, I mean, this is obviously a pretty good looking bot.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no easy opponent, so I kind of feel bad for some that get knocked down in their first appearance and still have to face like a strong opponent down there as well. And
Well, that's just
Yeah.
we're at the point where most of these
Yeah.
bots are going to be the strongest. They're the hardest
Yeah.
to beat. So, but again, nice performance. Well done, Zunk. You're not out just yet. We'll see you next week in that lower bracket. But we have got one more matchup, and well done, Zoe, as well as Soupcatcher with a nice win. DominionDog versus Tier coming up next. I think this is one a lot of people have been very excited for. This is a great, I hope, will be a great show closer tonight. Tier always gives us just such a, what is it? Tier, it's just hard to even describe it. Tier just gives us such a performance all the time. You
and
never
we're
know
gonna
what to
get
expect.
an extra level of that performance.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, because it's random.
Oh, is he random this season?
Yeah.
I was told he was Protoss.
It's
On
not
my
a-
notes, when I was doing the intros,
Yeah.
it says Pro. And even now, it just says Protoss on
I
our
think
show
he-
notes.
Yeah,
so...
we've always had Tier. So Tier is always submitted, I think, multi-races.
Yeah,
to
he's
ladder,
got a Terran bot. I know
Yeah.
that as well. that
but
had.
he's always
Yeah.
given us Tier P, and we just call him Tier. But yeah, I think this is real Tier. the
Okay.
random. Yeah.
Well, can we get confirmation from anybody? Yeah, let's pull up the stats and take a look. Well, that's kind of a pleasant surprise for me because we've only had one other random bot. It was Whale Mean, right? Whale Mean.
Yeah, Whale Mean. Yeah.
Confirmed. Tier is playing random. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Watch him just get Protoss 3 games in a row or something. The Tier Prime, Tier in his final form. Oh boy, I don't even know what to expect. But let's talk about
It
Dominion
makes
Dog.
sense. Like this is literally Tier with all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
Yeah.
do you have did you bring your Thanos glove?
It's in
You
the
better
closet.
grab it. But he's going up. DominionDog will be taking him on. DominionDog, very strong as well. Has been around for a few seasons now, 3 seasons, and even has a second place finish. Got a second place last year in season 2. So definitely a top contender in my mind, and can absolutely go up against somebody like Tier. But Tier, with just a phenomenal win rate here, has 6 top 4 finishes in ProBots, tied with Micro Machine for that.
Has Tier played as a Zerg in this? I remember him being a Terran.
I've only ever seen him as Protoss in ProBots.
I think his first seasons were...
Did he do a Terran one season?
Maybe. I thought he did. I thought Tier... The
I think he's
season that
only
there
done
was
it on the
also
ladder.
Tychus, I think Tier was a Terran. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Like way back. But I don't remember him as a Zerg.
I'll have to go back and look. I didn't notice that when I was looking through the old stuff a while back. I'll have to go double check. But either way, this is just going to be incredible. Tier is just an absolute titan. That win rate, I don't think, reflects how strong he truly is. Tier can take out anybody. So this is going to be great. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our last best of 3 of the night. Thank you again so much for being here. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. If you haven't, if you forgot, hit that little thumbs up below us. Get us a little visibility. We appreciate it so much. The bots appreciate it. It's how we feed the bots with algorithms and stuff. You just, thumbs up feeds a bot for a day or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. And check out as well our Crown Club, because tomorrow night we'll be doing a fun post bots. We'll be judging, I guess, ranking all these bots.
Tiering.
Tiering, yes. Not tier like the bot you're about to see, but tier as in like a tier list. T-I-E-R. You're gonna confuse people with all the tiers.
I know.
All right. Anyway, it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you're in the Crown Club, you can come watch live, and actually, if you want, we'll probably let you judge these bots with us live, and you can be as harsh or kind as you want, and tell us what you truly think of these bots. Should be a lot of fun. All right, Ender Sword, are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Think you're ready? I need you to be ready because we're gonna start. So you better hold on, because here comes our last best of 3 of the night. Let's see what happens in this random versus T.
Vidolinas.
DominionDog.
Ooh, a new intro song.
Tears.
Tier.
Nice new little intro music there. I like that. I liked it a lot. All right, we are here for our final best of 3, as I've said, on Curious Minds. And I am very curious to see what is going to happen here. Again, Tyr always brings us something different, and now he's a Terran bot, so I just have zero idea what to expect at this moment. TVT to start things off here. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of builds we get, whether it would be something cheeky. I half expected once we saw Terran that 2 SCVs would go out and do something.
Yeah, no proxies though. Looks like Tyr's just going to play a very honorable Terran versus Terran here. Just straight up, and we'll see. I personally have not really seen a lot of Tyr's other than Protoss. I think I've maybe seen 1 or 2 Terran games on the ladder, like for his Terran bot that he has, but never his random bot. I've never seen this one. So I am very, very excited to see what we're going to get here. And a quick factory out of both these 2 here. Now, DominionDog eventually gets up into battle cruisers, right? He's another one of our battle cruiser.
Yeah, I
Bots?
think he
Or am I
has
making that
gone
up?
there. I think so. I don't know if it's like a staple or if he's just kind of done it.
Yeah, like his special trait this season: no cheesing anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't know
no,
what
he does.
that-
He does a little bit of everything. He does Mass Marine. He does Hellbat Marauder stuff. He a lot of bio. I'm pretty sure he does a lot of bio, and he even uses some Banshee aggression to good success. We've seen, I think, just in his most recent version, there was some Banshee play that he did pretty well with last season, or whatever his last season was. I think he was around last season. Right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds right. All right, my memory is going to hell because I'm getting old and I drink too much or something. But here we go. Endersword, who do you want to win? Who do you think's gonna win?
Who I think's gonna win. I kind of think if Tyr's done this, it's like a bold move and maybe has something up his sleeve.
You think he's got a plan? You don't think he's just winging it?
I think he's got a plan, but yeah, I don't know. I think DominionDog though is in the past historically been underestimated, and then kind of waltzed his way to success. So
Yeah, well, he's definitely a hard one to beat. He's got a 2nd place finish under his belt. He's been around for a few seasons and always given a good show. So. Oh yeah, he was even Fidelina for a couple seasons. So
Yes.
DominionDog is a newer bot.
Indeed. And so they're both kind of going a similar thing with the cloak, but yeah, we got the double starport there for DominionDog. Both of them just kind of one basing it up.
Yeah, I thought so for the Tyr is a Protoss intro. That is just
Yeah.
what you get because I didn't know he was random, nor could I predict which one to play. So
Exactly.
maybe that's just, we're not gonna worry about that. All right, well, here we go. I want to see some action, and we're building up to it here. Cloak Banshees for both these guys here. Interesting choice, but DominionDog has 2 starports where Tyr only has 1. Do you think that's gonna really play into his favor? If he has, I think it's gonna work out great. Double the Banshees.
Yeah, I guess it's down to then Tyr has made more of like the ground tank army and stuff. So I don't know what this is gonna come with. If he, yeah, I don't know. Like he could switch into something else, but I don't know. We'll see as the Banshees come across.
Two
The
at a
cloak
time.
is finishing up here now, and yeah, there'll be a couple.
2 by 2.
There's no detection. Is there an engineering bay?
Yeah, there's some anti-air though. But yeah, with that cloak done, and no, there's a Raven on the way for DominionDog, but not for
And there's
Tyr.
no
Tyr's just
scan
getting
here
more.
for
Oh, and he
sure.
doesn't have any scans.
Yeah.
Well, then I think he's just dead, Endersword.
Yeah, I kind of think so as well. And it's DominionDog making the Raven.
Yeah, so there's going to be no detection coming out. Banshee's not going for the tanks just yet, but they are killing worker after worker that is trying to build this supply depot. Oh, this is just a massacre. Another one comes in. These will eventually uncloak, but by then, I think every single worker is going to be dead. Well, I mean, there's no even anti-air anymore, so it doesn't matter if they uncloak. So, yeah, Tyr's just dead.
Yeah, he's making a Raven now, but yeah, it's too late. It doesn't make any difference.
Oh, okay, here's while we wrap this one's done. Tyr's dead. We're going to have to see if he does better maybe with different race. But somebody asked about the tag. You know, we keep seeing that tagline. We haven't really talked about that much. I was curious myself, actually, what it was fully for. We thought it was just, you know, oh, he's keeping track of units or something. But I guess it's for AI Arena. So you can search for the tags or just quick message on what. So it is for the bots to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's specifically for the AI Arena, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense. Kind of, analytical purposes and.
Yeah, to now analyze the state of the game. Yeah, kind of where you're at, I would imagine. What your opponent has compared to what you have, that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And at this point, Tyr has no workers.
Yeah,
I like that his tanks are patiently waiting. They're not considering like a counterattack or anything.
Well, what are they gonna do against the Banshees? Nothing they can do. All right, well. Definitely not the outcome I expected there. That was a really one-sided match there.
That was indeed.
That was very lack of detection will get
quick.
you. Yeah, our quickest game tonight. All right, well, let's see what happens. Game 2 could go completely different. Obviously, as a random bot, multiple things can happen. I think if we see Tyr in his Protoss form, he's gonna take a win. Tyr's Protoss is so strong. I think it's his strongest. But again, I'm saying that I haven't seen a lot of his other matchups. That's all I've seen.
But that certainly didn't feel like there's a really good plan here, and here's what it is. Like I don't know what that exactly was gonna be.
Yeah, it was like a one base kind of 1-1-1 type build with the factory into Starport and then the Banshees. But DominionDog just got more and hit quicker, and Tyr just kind of Well, I guess because Tyr was going for the second base sooner, that probably was the thought, and he was gonna macro up a little bit more, but. DominionDog just hit too soon. Took him out. No detection. That'll get you.
It will every time.
Welcome to TVT. Yep. There's the author in chat. I should probably add scans. Yeah, that'd probably help.
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit.
Maybe.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see what happens. We're getting game number 2 loaded up. It'll be ready in just a minute here. Thank you once again, everybody, for being here. This is just day 2. We have 7 weeks in total before our grand finals, and at the end of the season we will also have our humans versus bots show matches, and I think this year is going to be insane. We're working on making it a lot easier for you all to play against these bots, a lot more standardized across the board. Obviously we have bots in many different languages, so working with each one is kind of its own project, but we're working on getting it all squared away so it's nice and easy for you, the viewer, to play against these bots and submit your replays and all that. But we'll talk more about that as the season goes on. Obviously, we're still 5 or 6 weeks away from that, but we'll get there. Are you excited for the finals? We're doing live finals this year, right? No, I'm just kidding. We're not. I just wanted to trick you all and get your hopes up. I wish we were doing a live final. We might this year, not this season, I should say. But we might this year. We might end up doing one. Depending on how things go, if the world is still here or not.
Exactly. Well, and if the bars are, every place that we've done live events is now shut down.
It's all shut down, so we got to find somewhere new again. For a live event. So
unfortunately,
well, we're keeping our eyes open for that. So don't you all worry. We'll eventually come back and do a live finals. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and dive into what could be our last game of the night. We'll see if Tyr can turn things around and bring us to an ace match, or if DominionDog will seal the deal. Let's go.
Bedolinas.
DominionDog.
Tears.
Tyr.
Okay. I'm going to change the intro song on me again. That's all right. I'll allow it. Here we are on Berlingrad. So is that it's got to be a mix of Stalingrad and like Berlin, like
Yeah.
I'm curious as to why it's named this specifically. Is there influences from the architecture in both of those places? Is there, you
Could
know,
be.
is
It looks
the
like that
guy maybe the
rusted-
guy grew up in one city and went to school in the other or something? Like, I don't know.
It
don't know.
does kind of have that red metal-y look on it. Oh.
It's a nice
okay.
map. It's a really good looking map. I like it.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway, yeah, good luck, everybody. We'll see what our Zerg tier can do now. So we're getting 2 rate. That's nice because I remember a random bot last season just got Terran like 3 times in a row or something
Yeah.
ridiculous like that. But tier already getting another race, and again a race I haven't ever seen. So I am walking into this with a brand new look on things, and we'll see what he can do. I have no idea what to predict here. What do you predict? You predict anything?
I don't know. I think it could
It's hard
be
to
a
say.
pretty interesting one. I do kind of predict
dog.
here doing some sort of early thing.
Did you see? Go back to the mineral line. Tier's mineral line. There's a spy.
Yes,
DominionDog himself.
that's true.
Is that him? Is that
Yeah.
really him?
I think it's just Lassie.
Well, he's got a spy
not sure.
checking things out, and his dog. Compatriot. Now, is there one in the other mineral line too? I'm assuming there would be. Oh, yep, there he is, hanging out behind the mineral line. Everybody
chilling.
gets a pet dog
Chilling.
in your base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the Leica.
I bet it's a
Leica
German
zine or
Shepherd.
something. No, it's got the stripes. It's remember that Leica Leica something. It's like the Jaguar StarCraft animal that if you click on it a whole bunch, it blows up in a nuke explosion.
Sounds right.
Sounds right. Anyway, yeah, it
Sounds
does
right.
look like a Lassie or something.
Yeah. so-
Okay, what do we got going on here,
So
Anderson?
we're getting double starport here again,
Is it
and
Banshees?
we're getting Roach Warren coming down and up to a layer. So at least detection should be accessible if we're getting double.
I think we're getting double
Banshee
Banshees again.
again. Yeah. It
Which,
does-
yeah,
does
good move
seem
against Zerg
so.
too.
Yeah, and it looks like DominionDog's going to be 1 base in it. Is tier going to go up to 3 or some sort of 2 base attack?
Well, if we're gonna see Banshees out, we need to see either more Queens or Hydras, or some like spores everywhere. We need anti-air. There's very little anti-air out right now. 2 Queens, I think. Yep, and there we go. First Banshee and Cloak being started. We'll see if Tier's gonna get the 3rd base as you predicted. Are you
Yeah,
a
I think
suit
this
suit
is
or
good as
second?
long as he can hold. Well, obviously, as long as he can hold the Banshees. But with a lair, that's going to be done in time. There should be detection.
Oh, that's true. You
Like
can get
you
the
said,
overseer.
though,
Yeah.
There is, currently a shortage of queens. So with the lair done, is there going to be a tech choice here?
And no creep connecting the 2 bases either, so that could be a big problem if he tries to pull his queen up into the main to help, or however this ends up going. Maybe the Banshees will get caught on that 3rd base long enough that Tier can get out some spores or... Oh, yeah, at the moment, though, it is literally just those 2 queens. So it's all going to come down to the momentum DominionDog can build, I think. If he can pick those queens off and just have the Banshees hovering, then he's going to win the game again.
Yeah. Indeed. There is 2 more queens in production, at least. We're going to have the other base finishing. I assume when it finishes, it will make a queen. There's the Hydra done.
Oh, okay, so
The question
he's
will
on
be,
the way,
is it-
but is it too
Is
late?
it in time, though? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's detection here already. That's great. The first introduction to the Banshee's cool. The Roaches will come
So
out,
smart.
take out the bio, so that's fine.
I love how they don't cloak until there's
yeah.
an actual
Yeah,
threat to them
threat.
as well.
So,
Queen's
yeah,
doing
with-
absolutely
without
nothing.
The creep connection. Yeah, well, they're getting right under it.
What
I
are they
guess,
doing?
which
What are
is
they
not right.
attacking?
I
Oh,
don't
they're
know.
attacking the
I
Banshee.
don't-
Why aren't the Banshees cloaking?
Yeah, that's weird.
What's going on? Oh, well, it's dead anyway.
That's
Sorry, what were you saying? It's weird.
well,
yeah,
just weird what the queens were doing.
yeah.
They were going right underneath it, but then just walking off the creep. So this may again just be kind of it. The hydrogen
he's
is
got a lot of
done.
drones. A lot of
Well,
drones
yeah,
still
but-
cranking out.
I think we're stuck in that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, where he's just going to keep making drones to replace them
Yeah.
when he should get, a few Hydras. He does have 3 queens popping out right now. One
No.
Banshee is incredibly low, and with no cloak, he gets one.
One
Ooh.
is One is good.
That's something. It's something.
One is good.
Now
There's
get
still
some
roaches
Hydras. He's
here.
got a third base. If he can stabilize here,
God.
DominionDog is just kind of
If the
trailing
queen-
stuff in.
If the queens had any concept of what they were doing.
Oh, now he cloaks. Now they cloak. I like how they
Yeah.
cloak around the... Oh, maybe they weren't cloaking because the Overseer was there. And then this one cloaked
Maybe,
because
yeah.
the Overseer wasn't right there,
Yeah,
but then the
yeah.
Overseer came in. I think that's
To
probably
say
what
it's
happened.
useless. Yeah, that probably is it. So okay.
'Cause we've seen
I
that
mean,
before.
He can still stabilize, but he's gotta do something.
Kenny, though, there's now Vikings killing Overlords. He's got Roaches
Yeah.
to deal with the small trickle of Marines, but that's not the real problem. The real problem are these dang Banshees that are just ripping Tier apart. And yeah, this might just be too much here. A few more Marines coming in. Again, the Roaches going to be able to fight the Marines and buy a little bit more time. So at least the ground is it, but the Banshees have... How many kills does this Banshee got? What do we
A
have?
lot. A lot.
Ooh,
37.
that is gross.
Yeah.
Queen attacking the
I don't know
Vikings.
what's going on
Something.
here.
Right, he'll get the
Yeah.
Viking, maybe. Oh yeah, as long as the Banshee doesn't. Okay, there we go. So now the Queen's dead. No Hydras yet. As we, yeah, I think that's just too many losses. 18 supply. That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. All right.
So
Well,
it's whatever. On the other hand, it was really nice of Tyr to let his new son code the bot. But I don't know. I'm almost at a loss for this because some of the basic stuff I would have thought would be in place.
yeah.
'cause
Well, that
I'm-
is the hard part of being a random
Yeah.
bot is
Yeah.
accounting for every single little thing. And obviously, we've seen his Protoss bot has a lot of stuff. to
Yeah,
do with all of it,
it's
but-
the queen because the frustrating part is the material I think was there. He had like 5 queens at one point that it could have been shut down, but the way the queens were behaving, yeah, is kind of annoying. And not even having the creep connection, that might have even alone saved it because they were doing something.
Yeah,
weird,
they
but-
got once they were off the creep, they stopped
Yeah.
doing anything useful, and
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, I got to get on to creep before I can attack." I think was
Yeah.
what was going on there. Well, Ender Sword, I got one prediction correct tonight. How many did you get?
I think I might have
One as well.
One, yeah.
We have had,
Well,
I
it's
think,
either
the
one or
most
two.
upsets in our first
Yeah.
round than ever. We've got just some crazy games that happened so far. Tier going down, DominionDog moving on. So in 2 weeks, we'll have DominionDog versus Zoe in that upper bracket. But next week, we will have zUnkP versus Tier, our random bot, which, again, so cool that we have at least one random bot in here. So well done Tier, providing that. And maybe we'll get Whalemean back in and Tier in the same season. We can have 2 random bots. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be pretty neat.
That would be
Just
very
confuse everyone.
confuse the hell out of everyone. Screw up my intros, everything.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, I like how Tier was both races but Protoss, and he had a Protoss intro.
Indeed. So
Well,
yeah,
good,
I got 2 right, I guess.
You got 2 right.
And
Okay.
I bet that's what a lot of people got. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got the one. I got
yeah, I
Zoe.
don't know. Yeah.
right.
DominionDog certainly. It's not really like it's not an upset or anything. I think DominionDog.
Yeah, not a super upset. How it
Yeah, like-
happened, I think, a little bit. But
Yeah, I think it's surprising how quick it was,
Mm-hmm.
and just that there wasn't a defense for that built in, is all. But,
well,
yeah.
DominionDog hits hard and hits fast. So, if you're not ready for it, it will just snowball. And kind of, we just saw that it was just drone production. So he hit right at that moment before Hydras would start producing, before he could start getting, Tier could start getting his own momentum. And just was like, well, I'm stuck. I got to make drones because you keep killing all my drones. So
So
Anyway.
we've got, just looking quickly at them.
Let's take a look at the
we've
bracket.
got-
pull it up.
yeah. We've got Mind Me that has only got 1 wrong, got everyone right tonight. And our
Well, Mind Me got
Rasper-
them all right tonight, huh?
Rasper's attempt to
Damn.
pick them all wrong on purpose, he got this one wrong.
Oh, did he get one right accidentally?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Well, that means I might be doing worse than him now. Wouldn't that be something? I do worse than the guy who tried to do worse than me.
Dude, you are the next.
I am.
There's 7 points. There's a bunch of people at 6 and 5.
Nice. I'm close to
then
the
you,
bottom.
Then you've got 3, and then he's at 1.
Excellent. Yeah, tonight was not a good night for my predictions, but we'll take a more deeper look at our predictions tomorrow during post bots. Again, that's for our Crown Club. You can come watch live. Here's our upper bracket. This will take place in 2 weeks' time. So definitely keep your eye on this. Join our forum to stay up to date with what's going on each week. But next week, we will be doing our lower bracket and our first round of eliminations. So 4 of these bots are going into the trash pile, into the scrap pile, as it were. The metaphorical scrap pile. Who do you think's moving on, Endersword? Who do you think's getting scrapped? Any ideas? It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it will be. So we haven't seen enough of Phantom Bot yet.
Yeah, I don't think we have either.
To really be able to tell, but SharkBot still looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
Oh yeah, it went toe to toe against BenBot. So.
Yeah, So yeah, okay.
It's supposed to be what?
Then, yeah. Right.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at that bracket. I'm looking at my
we
own
weren't there,
bracket. That's correct. So I'm like, wait, what's
Yeah.
the problem? Okay.
Then probably, then I think Micro Machine wins that one.
Yeah.
SharpenedEdge probably over Jensi. And then,
Yeah, kind of what we saw. Yeah, I don't know. That can be a hard one to say. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how
Yeah,
Jensiiibot
that'll be
plays it out.
tough. And then, yeah, I don't know, this last one now that we've seen Tier, I don't know whether it's a specific failing because of Cloak or if there's generally more systemic problems
Yeah.
going on there. I don't really know. So
We'll
yeah,
find
that-
out
that is
next
tough.
week, I'm
Yeah.
sure. We'll see. Maybe Tier can roll Protoss and have a little bit better luck there.
Yeah.
But still, great night of games tonight. No ace matches though. I'm a little disappointed in that. Yeah, get your power. Go give Tier a little luck here
A little encouragement.
for next week. You got this, Tier. Use those power stones. Use that random power and see if you can get some wins. But no, it's going to be great. Hopefully you can all join us again. Same time, same place here. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And check out all the stuff below. We've got a lot of new features here on YouTube. Check out all of that. I think we've got some new YouTube subscribers. So thank you all for checking that. That does help support ESChamp a lot. Of course, our best way, and the best way probably for you, is our Crown Club. You get a lot of cool stuff. You get free artwork at the end of the season. You'll get access to our Post-Bots show, which we'll be recording live tomorrow. So hopefully you can join us. Man, that glove is so sweet. You should just wear that everywhere you go.
Just constantly. Yeah.
Just constantly. Just wear it all.
It's a little cumbersome.
Well, with great power comes
Yeah.
great responsibility.
You lack a little dexterity. You can't actually snap with it. Which
Oh
I
no,
assume,
you can't. Oh well, that's
yeah,
a
I
scam.
assume that's a security feature. But
Security. It's a feature, not a bug.
yeah, exactly.
Or else you could just destroy the world. That would not be.
I
good.
considered, so there's a expo called Fan Expo here, and they do a 5K run each year, and I did it like 2 years, like just before COVID, and so
Yeah.
people do dress up as like superheroes and stuff like that for the run, and I considered wearing the glove, but it's a lot to like lug around for like 5 kilometers.
Oh,
So
for
I
sure.
didn't do it, but maybe in the future.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eye on that. And again, yeah, next week we're joined by Ratosh, I believe, the author of Kaninana for Postbots. So if you want to, that is tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I said. Isn't that what I said? I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
I don't
It's
know.
tomorrow. People tell people. Next week. Well, oh yeah, I did say next week. Tomorrow is close enough to next week that it counts. No. Join us tomorrow if you're in the Crown Club. We'll have Ratosh, author of Kaninana, our Zerg, one of our new Zerg bots. We'll be able to pick his brain, and of course we'll be rating all the other bots just for fun and kind of giving our thoughts on how things are going so far. All right, Endersword, any parting words?
I'm inevitable. I don't know.
Those are good
Yeah.
parting words. Let's leave it at that.
something. We'll
That's
see.
it. Endersword's inevitable, and the show is over. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week on ESChamp for day 3 of ProBots Season 1. Have a good night.